So, Red, what happened last time?
Well, what happened last time is Rowan, sorry, is continuing the trend that they've been having, talking with Zoe essentially, as Zoe requested a favor for her, that Rowan will drop off a package in a panic certain state, and to be if it gets spotted, of course, how to play it off, and just get this taken care of, and she will owe you a favor. And Rowan didn't really ask any questions, and what about doing that? Though they did get caught by a security guard, but was able to play it off really well and was able to do what Zoe asked of them as they raced off. I think Rowan also checked in with Lamar, who seems to be following Grace's dates, apparently. Some guy that he's not pretty happy about, but Lamar still being the protective big brother that he's always been. And of course, Celine having left Darius's place after everything with John in tow as getting back to her shop, which seems to be a better backup and running essentially. Darius, of course, woke up after a nap because that's where Celine left him with a note, letting him know where she was at, as taking a bit of Celine's advice, decided to try to bury the hatchet as best he can with Zoe in this regard. Because as Celine pointed out, he can't really move forward if this is something he always has to worry about. So, as a gesture of goodwill, he called Zoe to try to have a conversation to get everything aired out and hopefully come to less of this antagonistic relationship they seem to have. And Zoe seems to acquiesce as she requested that it's at the Opera House to have this meeting. And of course, Zoe made sure to immediately call Rowan afterwards to invite her to along because she has an idea for some fun and wanted to see how this plays out because, well, Zoe's always looking for a fun time. Of course, Darius also spoke to Celine a bit afterwards as well. His gamble that he's going to do at the Fae, as well as if something goes horribly wrong, here are my last will and testament, essentially, as he would go off to the Winter Court, Rowan in tow, as Celine pointed out, that's probably the closest person who would get you in there quickly enough, and made his deal to the Winter Fae, to Fiona, essentially revealing that he's helping the Summer Court, and he's willing to do this such thing for them, as long as they, give back his son. While they wouldn't do immediately give him a yes or no answer, they would slow down the bidding for poor Zorn, and once things work out, they're willing to, of course, release him in his service because this is a prize worth the price. Of course, he went about his way, and as soon as he was gone, the Winter Fae monarch immediately told Rowan afterwards exactly, as well as giving them a new job to ensure Darius' safety so he can complete this task without interruption. And everyone, of course, nodded and went about away to hopefully make sure Darius doesn't get himself killed, essentially. As well as Celine getting a call from Zoe. One with Zoe reaching out to basically try to have a bit of a business offer that she wishes to ensure the defeat of Melcom, as he seems to be bidding against her for Zorn. She's not too happy about that. And she wants to ensure his destruction in that way as well. Because, you know what, Zoe does not appreciate people getting her way of her fun. And Celine tried to gain some more information about Zoe's whole situation. But of course, Zoe didn't give her everything. She even invited her to come along to the meeting that Darius seems to be wanting to have with her and bring John, though Celine seemed to be a bit unhappy about that. But ultimately, John would agree, as she just wished to make sure there was an audience, I guess, for this little stage play she has going on. Says, of course, as well, Zoe's meetings kind of went off without a bit of a hitch as Darius eventually got there first as they sat and talked. And I believe Darius tried to, open up to Zoe, try to see the humanity underneath this, he believes facade of personality or narcissism feelings, as Celine tried to explain to him what her infatuation is, but he just didn't get it. And even talking with her, there was no understanding that happened, as Zoe seemed to have gotten bored with the whole conversation, this whole trying to connect to each other nonsense, and Darius eventually moved on. And Celine met up as well with Rowan, though not before having a moment to talk to Dirtsis, as John had asked him to help watch out for anything going bad, because Celine had some worries. And Dirtsis explained a bit more about how he was imprisoned, sounds like it was a bit of a family problem, essentially. His brother and along with a couple other people, some angels maybe, uh, battled it out because I guess his attitude or his personality was a bit of a problem as they put him down in the pit and locked him there. And essentially, for his own bad behavior, he left him there. And this may be a problem because his brother may still be out there, but yeah, it's a problem for later right now as he seems to be enjoying himself, essentially. Like I said, Rowan and Celine went up to say hello as we came to have this discussion of negotiations. Although it didn't really start off that way, as Zoe decided to reveal her checkmate, showing this recording that she had of Lydia, and revealing that apparently she didn't just take the form of Lydia to have a bit of a coitus with Darius, but also with the poor, young, impressionable Lydia at the time, and revealed that she apparently really did love Darius. And well, she now has this saved for a moment to look at it whenever she gets bored, essentially, to, well, the stone-faced Darius. And of course, to put insult to injury, he offered a negotiation to free her, free his dad from her if he just did it for a big favor, though Lydia seems to be in her grasp right now. Now, Darius just ran off, though crushing the phone on his way out, essentially, in anger, or probably not realizing it. Celine ran after Darius to, well, remind him about where his stance is, and essentially try to reiterate that he can't really afford to this rage-filled revenge plot against Zoe right now, and that maybe taking this deal while will cost him it. Either he doesn't and his father still stays within their clutches, or he just continues on this path where he'll lose more than gain. Darius, probably a bit defeated, called Zoe and said he'll take the deal for a big favor, essentially, and she agrees and seems to be happy to do so, and give her back his lovely dad. He'll be home as soon as this call is over, essentially. Darius thanks Celine and, in a moment of, as a gift, gave her 2 wedding bands, 2 trinkets that said, hey, whenever you guys are ready, basically, as he seems to be in support of the relationship Celine and John seem to have, and took his leave. Darius went home to basically hug it out with his dad, who revealed that now he has lost his oaths. He is no longer a sworn. And while that comes with loss of power and ability, it does mean that he can now speak to Darius about everything that he wished he could say to him, essentially. And of course, Zoe is aware of that, as she would tell Rowan that apparently Daddy Darius' whole thing was dealing with keeping something caged, some being named Dirksis, to Rowan's immediate amusement. As this person, of course, was someone that, well, Grace knew, and seems that Lydia was keeping caged. An interesting thing that Rowan is aware of now. And of course, Celine returned back with John, and they had a bit of a heart-to-heart as John revealed that Dirksis seems to see him as a bit of a family member, I guess. And seems to, while he can't stop him, he seems willing to work with him, as well as being thankful for what he's released him from his cage. As John revealed that in the realm that he exists, it gets really close to reality. So he was able to, after a while, locate where the cage was and physically open it up, I guess, apparently. As he also even took Celine to his home, where he originally came from, and revealed, I guess, something he built and while he was away. And seeing that all, Celine professed her love for John, and I think it's where it ended last.
Yep. Although, no, I'm pretty sure Rowan told Zoe all about Dursus, so...
Yeah, she did, because she laughed and immediately told her.
But, yeah. Darius. Let the pain train begin.
I thought it was stopped at the station. I thought we were done.
Yeah, but then you said something in chat and it just reignited my desire for creativity. As, yeah, well, you are at the tower with your dad. It's been a day. Been able to rest and recover.
He would probably be... Well, Mathis is asleep, but he's probably working on the Fae project.
No, Darius, you also need to sleep, otherwise I'll start penalizing you.
Okay, I will also sleep.
You are still human.
For
Such,
now.
yeah, for now. but that still means you need sleep. So at least 18 hours, just fucking like get knocked out. And yeah, well, as you both sort of awake almost a day later. Sure, there's any conversations you would like to have with your father?
Yes, lots of them.
Yeah, you kind of like gonna sit down, make a pot of coffee, light up a cigarette.
I feel we have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
So where were you? Do you know where you were imprisoned?
Some sort of basement, I presume, but no, I was blindfolded. Blindfolded.
Huh. Okay. So, what was the thing I'm supposed to be preparing for?
There's this ancient and powerful being that is locked in a prison cell. Sure, you've
Uh-huh.
heard about the Botanic Garden and its magical aptitude.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's where it resides.
Does this being have a name?
Yes. Is
Are you
an
gonna?
ancient, powerful, godlike being almost that was worshipped back when humans were much more primitive.
All right. And what was the name of this god?
Ancient Dacian deity. He blazes.
Okay. All right. Darius just lights up a cigarette. All right. So we'll come back to that. You seem to, other than the fact that she's a demon, you seem to hate Lydia with a passion. Is there any particular reason, or just because she is what she is?
Demons, fae, vampires, they're all leeches. I have no particular love for demons.
All right. Just because out of curiosity. Taps a cigarette. If I don't get my magic from you, and I don't get my magic from Mom, you said it was a little bit complicated. Where does that come from?
You think magic is something genetic?
I don't know, sometimes.
It isn't.
Okay. Yeah, excels.
It
Are
can
you-
be genetic, it can skip lines, it can rise in people with talent, it can just sort of people no lineage or connection, just develop talent for it.
All right. Are you the first sworn in the family, or is it generational?
How would I even know? Do you think we have ancient records we keep?
I thought you knew I thought you knew our grandfather, and he was
wasn't.
something. And
No.
okay. Sorry, I just don't know really anything about our family.
Just quite more normal than apparently you have imagined.
Yeah, well, it's been kind of a weird couple days. Well, I'm going to tell you a couple things, and I need you to not lose your shit. I'm pretty sure the thing in the botanical garden isn't there anymore.
His demeanor does change to terrified a bit, but keeps it in.
Oh. While you were gone, the werewolves came and took Zoran, then double crossed me and gave him to the Winter Court. And basically, he'll just kind of
the
explain
slander, the fucking slander. But
and he'll just basically explain what he's missed since he's been gone.
yeah, he's just gonna listen. Why I
Yeah,
don't
so-
trust supernaturals.
Nah, I kind of my last straw with Faye kind of went when they gave me a fake dragon.
Always the deceivers.
Mm-hmm. So right now, I'm told by my, we'll say, business partner to just bite the bullet for now. But I
What does that even
other
mean?
than don't just keep attacking Zoe and come up with an actual plan. Play possum, I guess.
I disagree. I think right now she thinks you are at your lowest point, at your weakest. You must show her that. Because then when we are backed into our corner, we are the most dangerous.
And how would you recommend that?
Up the mantle I failed to carry.
I don't really know anything about your god. Is it Big G God or Little G God? Like,
There is no such thing as Big G God. At least
Okay.
I don't know anything about one. No, Velas. The god of... Let's call him the god of magic. He's quite powerful with it. He wanted to keep this serpent in its cage. Tasked me with it.
what did this thing do that made it go into the prison? Why did it need to be imprisoned?
Why do all tyrannical beings do when they have too much power and are bored?
Fair enough.
This thing
All
is
right.
capricious, violent, impulsive.
All right. Well, is this god of yours is it like a temple? Is he a guy? Where do we go to him?
He chuckles a bit and says, "No, but I believe I can teach you how to reach out to him. A ritual."
All right. It can't hurt to have a conversation, I guess.
That's not... You must approach that conversation with conviction. Think about it. But I'm not gonna ask you to do something I failed, but you believe bowing down to these creatures is the best path forward.
How do I put it? Will it give me the strength to protect those closer to me?
Saw what powers it granted me.
All right. Teach me the ritual.
He nods. Yeah, he'll spend some time to teach you that. Switch to someone else. Someone else, like Rowan. What's a Rowan doing?
Rowan is calling Grace.
He's probably gonna pick up. Very excitedly. He's like, yes, yes.
Grace, darling, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing very well. have a question.
Hmm.
I've heard so much about this desert fellow. Is there any chance I could meet him?
I suppose why not? I mean, he is staying at my place.
Imagine Lamar is thrilled.
Well, it's not like I eventually talked him down.
That's good. I know very little about deserts, but I don't think Lamar's shotgun would have availed him this time.
Yeah, no, you're right. You know my brother, always a stubborn one.
That's one of his vices and one of his better qualities. But I'll be over because, well, I don't want to risk spoiling the surprise, but I'm sure, if he's not told you yet, I'm sure he will. He was kept locked away for a very long time, and, well, I know one of the people who kept him locked away are, and I think he'd like that information.
She. Yeah, no, listen, drop by and I talk to him, I guess.
Be there soon.
Yeah, you drive over there.
This is very ominous music for a nice little conversation.
Listen, don't read too much into it. Perfect. And drive over, and you kind of enter the house, and there's like you see a very pissed off Lamar just sitting on the couch in the far side of the living room, and that's just there's it on an armchair with fucking Grace literally in his lap. They were like probably talking to one another before like you guys kind of enter, and they both look in your direction.
There's it, I presume.
Yes.
Well, it looks like you two are very busy. I won't want to take up too much of your time.
Well,
But I have a question.
shoot, little Faye.
What would you do if you got your hands on one of the people who were responsible for trying to keep that prison of yours maintained? Took it upon themselves or tasked with it to keep you locked away?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I just kind of glance at Grace. I would very politely, sternly explain to them that such things, well, bothered me, and I would probably also talk with them and ensure that they don't do such a foolish thing in the future.
Rowan will smile at that. Well, I know she's currently staying with a friend of mine named Zoe. If you'd want, I could certainly put you two in contact with each other.
He like immediately gets up and he just kind of like lifts off, kind of like literally picks up Grace, kind of flings her over his shoulder. And she kind of like lets out a shocked yelp. Like, you do that. Must go now and enjoy the delights this world has to offer. I'll reach out. And yeah, he'll
Sounds
actually
good again.
carry her into the fucking upstairs in the bedroom. Just see Lamar fucking like playing with a knife.
So, Lamar, how's it feel knowing that you're going to call a god brother-in-law?
Get him and you tell me he's
That's
fucking
what deserts.
Get that shit and tell me that's fucking husband material. You little fucking jokester.
Oh, I said nothing about the quality of the man, but he is a god.
Yeah.
At least what we would call a god.
And we'll see about that one.
No, Lamar, I know I can't talk you out of it. I will state that you had better have a very good plan. As I know I usually speak in hyperboles, but when I call him a god, that is not a hyperbole.
Yeah, well... Yeah, no, I guess you're right. Guess I should just pack up my shit, and as he like actually like puts the knife away and starts walking out the door.
I've known you to give up so easily.
I know when I'm defeated, I would rather not sit here and fucking hear him fuck my sister. Like, storms out the door.
If you need a place to stay, I barely stay at my house anymore. I'm a very busy person.
It's kind of like dismissingly waves you away. As he's gonna get into his car and just drive away.
Rowan, well,
You can already hear
Yeah.
the sounds from the upstairs.
listen, Rowan's just gonna send a text to Grace saying, check in on your brother when you're free. He's taking it rough. Not expecting because,
Somebody's
It won't-
taking it rough in this house at the very least.
but he is, and then she'll call Zoe because like vampires in the setting, like still awake during the day. They just can't go outside.
The pickup says, I'm a bit busy at the moment, but how can I help you, Rowan?
Well, theirs is a little busy at the moment. As she'll hold the fucking phone up to pick up the sounds.
Just kind of hear her
But
chuckle on the other end.
I did have a conversation with him, and he is certainly interested in talking about Lydia. He is he wants to have a stern conversation with Lydia about the matter of his imprisonment.
Well, listen. I'm always in the look to gain favor of powerful beings like him. Give me a week. I want to bring her somewhere he can, well, do whatever he wants with her, and it won't really, because if he blows up my basement, that's not gonna be nice. In like a week. Can you do that for me? Convince him
I can.
Convince him to delay, because he does sound like the impulsive but easily distractible kind.
I certainly think I can.
Wonderful. Then I will reach out to you in a couple of days.
Talk to you then.
See you later. Gonna hang up. I need something. I'll be right back in like 3-4 minutes.
Listen, Lamar, Lamar, think of all the advantages, though.
He's losing his mind, and I don't blame him. Fucking kill him.
Lamar, think about this. Think about this.
I don't think this is a healthy relationship here. I don't think this is a balanced relationship.
I
here.
think they're perfectly fine. I think they're perfectly fine. And listen.
What if she says no at some point? What happens then?
I don't. Listen. I think they're very happy right now. And listen. Once if Rowan ever gets retired or dies, she can just teach somebody some Fey moves, and I think Bedlam would help her quite a bit.
Fucking gaslight herself into a healthy relationship?
You're thinking too small, Mac.
I don't think Bedlam will work on the man.
Listen. I think you're a small-minded man, Mac.
Doesn't she get her powers from him?
Yeah, but the Fey powers come from me, so it'll be fine.
Hmm.
You're just not thinking critically, Mac.
I'm a small man. Time to go to council here.
As yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to do right now, Rowan?
Right at the moment, not like nothing's like immediately
He
jumping
ain't gonna
out.
be available for the next hours.
Yeah, yeah. Rowan will. I mean, listen, Rowan's not gonna wait around. She'll leave and you know who I haven't touched base with in a while. There's two people. One is of course Andrea. We should probably see what she's up to. These things might be very exciting in the near future. I have a feeling.
Hmm.
And of course, I haven't talked to my wonderful Darcy in so long.
It's true. But before we get to that, Celine, you
Yes.
You're a gun.
you would have stayed at with John at the palace, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Would you have gone back to your shop?
I know eventually why I have to go back, right?
Well, how long would you stay at the castle?
How does time work? I know John says it's different there, so
There's no one-to-ones. It's hard to tell.
I think a few hours with John before making it back to her thing eventually.
John
Hmm.
would inform me that time is just very fucked here. So sometimes it can go faster, sometimes it can go slower. Depends on how the land wants to twist around you, and it's nothing much you can do about it.
Gotcha.
So
It's
yeah, listen, you venture back to the real world, and luckily for you, it's like 10 in the morning, so you can go open your shop, have a normal day of business for once. No demons barging at your door, no hunters. Well, when I say no hunters, what the fuck was his Zach? I think was his name, right? He's the one you asked for information.
yeah, my good friend
Yeah,
Zach.
around like noon, he would walk in.
Zach,
How you've been
you
doing?
look well. I'm alive, which is always a good start.
It is, and I have very interesting information.
Oh, do tell.
Well, you wanted to know about the missing moon?
Yes.
Found someone who knows what happened. They're willing to meet for more information.
Oh, is this a human contact or someone else?
Given their insistence to place the meeting at night, I
Hmm.
have a doubt. I have my doubts.
Very well then. My curiosity has been piqued, so I think I will say hello to your friend. Do I have a name at all?
Not really. But I have been given an address and an hour and a date. So kind of like this like note on your desk.
Very well.
They did
Oh,
also
very-
provide some information to, I guess, make sure that you know that the actual information is solid.
Mm.
They named the creature that is responsible for it.
What's the creature?
Well, he's not growing. He'll kind of like pull out some like notes he's kind of scribbled down and kind of put them on the desk as well. But who could luck?
Thank you, Zach. It's always appreciated your services.
Have fun reading and don't miss the time.
Of course. What does the paper say, Grunt?
Well, it informs you that this is the Vukodlak is a supernatural being that apparently is a very interesting ability, other than its shape-shifting properties that it sort of shares with other shapeshifters such as werewolves. It has the ability to, and it's in quotations, eat the moon. gain power.
An odd thing then. Well, sounds like Celine may need to call for help on this one. Maybe. Where's the location at, Grunt?
Oh, it is at one of the nightclubs in the city.
Okay,
It
that's
gives you
fine.
kind of like an hour to be there, and they give you directions to one of the tables that apparently that have been reserved in your name.
Oh, Dito, I guess. Yeah, Celine will acquiesce to that then.
Yeah, well, the meeting is like probably like 2 nights, so you have some free time. Sure, you wanna do anything with that?
Yeah, she wanted to reach out to Zoe. She was given an offer, Grunt.
Oh, wonderful. But before that, let's get back to Rowan. Rowan, choose one of these people to touch base with first.
Let's go with Andrea because whatever is things are heating up, and Andrea, I have a sneaking suspicion the buffet will soon open.
As yeah, you reach out and she agrees to meet with you at her place. As you drop by, it's closed during the day, so just you and her as she kind of welcomes you and says, "Ah, Rowan, it's always a pleasure to see you."
It's a pleasure too, darling. Just wanted to check in on how you're doing.
Well, I'm good. Oh, more than good. With the whole Lydia situation resolved, I can actually relax a bit and not be hunted down.
That's good. That's good. The Lydia situation, I think, will be permanently resolved here soon enough.
I did hear something about that. The rumor's true.
Lydia is currently having a very could call it all expenses paid trip. Someone's basement.
No, Zoe has her. I'm just in the rumors about the dragon.
Oh, there's it. Yes.
Knew I
Yes,
smelled
he
it.
is. He is out and about.
Well,
Which,
things
well,
should definitely heat up around.
they will. That's why I wanted to stop by, because a lot of things are happening. Oh, Darius wants to go meet with. Darius wants to go speak with Faye. Suddenly, John's back in town.
Does
Then
flinch at that a bit.
Then Darzit is out. It does seem like you'd think things would calm down after an angel gets eaten alive, but no, apparently it tracks more. I've even heard that apparently well, I think Celine mentioned something about the Weeping Prince also being gone. Apparently, I don't know. I guess he stuck around for a bit. I think he's gone now.
This place was supposed to be a quiet city, and it turned out to be the most noisiest place I've been to in over a century.
Rowan will just give a shrug and a smile. You certainly decide to come to pay a visit at the very exciting time.
How are you doing in all this chaos?
I'm doing wonderfully. I'm in my court's good graces. I was a vessel for my monarch. I've Arain, I feel like I have I feel like I absolutely take credit for this wonderful business relationship between Zoe and the Winter Court. It's going wonderfully.
She nods, smiles. Looks like someone's moving up the ladder quite a lot.
Quite a lot, quite rapidly, and very high from where she was. I didn't come here by choice. I got exiled from the courts. How things change in such a short period of time.
I'm glad they finally saw your value.
I am too. But just wanted to inform you that events were happening, and as much as I would love for the city to become boring and quiet and dull, I don't think it will. I can just feel it in the air that I'm not sure if more people will come, but I'm pretty sure the people who are here, I don't. There's gonna be a war. At least a fight. I feel it.
Hmm.
As well, Angel dying in the streets, Weeping Prince vanishing into wherever the fuck Celine sent him, an ancient spirit that might as well have been a god once breaking out. This town is a very bright light, and I think the moths are going to start showing up here soon enough.
It does seem like that, doesn't it?
Does.
Best thing we can do is be like a spider and wait.
Exactly. I think it depends on the perspective you look at. People might look at this as a whole bunch of trouble coming into town, but I like to think of it as a buffet.
You are so right.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to make sure that you were kept up to speed on events. Wouldn't want you to be caught unawares.
Or not. I think I'll be just fine. Especially with how things are looking around here.
Have a wonderful day now.
You as well. Who was the second person you wanted to talk to?
Darcy, Darcy. I've been so cut with work.
Well, I'll say this: Darcy is currently on important court business, so she is apparently there's been if you like probably text her, I assume she would inform you that
Yeah.
she is in fact, because she's such an important member of the Winter Court, she is currently involved in a sort of four-way negotiation between all courts regarding this new pay creation method.
Ah. Oh.
Gonna see politics, I guess. You could hang out in the Winter Court, but you have to deal with theirs. So
Yeah, no. Rowan will say that politics of that delicate nature are always more Darcy's specialty
she
than
would
Rowan's.
inform you though that this is a very interesting development, as at least for winter and summer they haven't sat down and talked to one another for like at least a century. It's a very big deal.
Rowan would reply that she might stop. She might stop by, but fortunately, she needs to make sure that she's on time for a meeting that will be happening in a few days. Can't risk missing it.
I think with that, we'll switch to Darius. A day later, the ritual is complete. Do you have conviction in your heart?
Yes, I want to protect those I care about more than anything.
As you do the ritual, as you have to do it outside in nature almost. You find like a little small, like grassy area, trees. But at night when nobody's really around, as there's like a wind that starts like picking up. As you say the words, you say the incantation, you feel like the ground shake slightly. As kind of from the earth, alongside leaves, grass, and other roots, a shape takes form. A shape that resembles a man. An old man. He's just kind of staring at you.
Darius gives a bow of respect.
As the old man kind of looks at you. Then you can hear it speak, but it's most likely speaking into your mind directly. It says, "Summon me, child."
My name is...
I know who you are. My interest is in the purpose of this quite interesting summons.
I seek your help. There are people in trouble that I need to protect, and I fear my own strength isn't strong enough.
You are the son of Matthias, blessed with power, rival the gods themselves. How can you not be strong enough?
I fear there are beings at play that not even... It's clear, like, his mind is just kind of scattered, as it always is. I fear there's beings at play that are smarter, stronger, and wiser than I could possibly be at my current state. I want
I
to protect
see.
people.
To make a pact.
If you find me worthy.
This is a pact you wish to call upon temporarily. Is this do you have the minds? Are you in the mindset for a long-term agreement?
I didn't know there was an option.
Well, I'm telling you right now, aren't I?
If I'm to be honest with you, I am trying to avoid being under one person's collar. But I will say this. If you help me and you still see me worthy by the end of my goal, I would be happy to serve.
Tell me, what is your goal, child?
There's an innocent child who was taken. He's being used as a pawn by fae, demons, and vampires. I'm currently trying to rescue him, but there's so many interested parties.
I don't care about
That-
the missing child. That sounds like something you should be worried about.
I need the strength to protect him. I need the strength to protect these innocent people. People
What
I
are you
care
willing
about.
to offer in return? You are making demands, but I don't see you offering anything. Claiming to ask of worthiness when you haven't achieved anything.
What is it you would ask? What can I do to prove my worthiness?
Succeed where your father has failed. Imprison the loose dragon. Take that as your vow, and you'll have the power to save this child of yours. And after that, I will consider our business concluded.
I vow to imprison this dragon.
Must do everything it takes to imprison him. I will not accept half measures. I will not accept I am no demon. If you try to whistle out, it will not work for you. I give you this power willingly. I can retract it.
I will do whatever it takes to stop him.
When I am gone, you shall pick up your father's axe and finish his sacred duty.
Understood.
And yeah, as kind of mound of earth and leaves sort of falls back down to the ground, revealing this axe underneath.
He looks at it for a long time before gripping the handle and picking it up.
Yeah, it feels surprisingly light in your hand. Actually, for the sword. As
Right.
yeah, as you pick up this axe, radiates with power. That this as an item. No.
I just need to start putting. I just need to start putting stuff into blood so I can use it properly.
Um, has 3 harm, mythic, and anchored.
Hmm.
Means it basically deals magic damage, which kind of ignores most for natural protection.
And when I
And anchored means you can just summon it at you at will.
okay, so I don't actually have to carry it around; it will just
No.
materialize when I
Yeah.
need it. Okay, and what do I roll to use it though?
Well,
Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, never mind. Yeah, what do I roll to use it?
So you would roll spirit.
Okay.
Actually, no. Give me a moment. I think it is. Sometimes these things are very formatted very weirdly. Yeah, so I'll let you choose this one. Basically, when
Yeah.
you wield this weapon, you get to advance one of the basic moves. But since this is just basically when you wield a weapon serves your master's general mind instead of spirit when you keep your so you know what? I'll let you roll. I'll be nice. I'll look how much power I'm giving into your hands. I'll say, yeah, you get to roll with spirit.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Problem is, you have the advanced move, so roll 12 plus. There's the corruption waiting for you. So there we go. That's only when you wield the axe, though. You let it out, your normal shit still. Normal rules apply.
Okay. Alright. You bear legendary armor advanced move when you wield it in service. Alright.
Yeah, for now, you just feel the power surge through you. Go.
Yep. I need to see the ghost of Christmas present and the Christmas future, or Christmas of yet to come.
Well, as you make your way back to the tower, you have there's someone waiting. There's a man kind of sitting on the steps in front, almost as if he's waiting for you.
Darius tilts his head. Can I help you, sir?
Oh yeah, you Darius Rivers?
That depends who wants to know. It's a very popular name nowadays.
Well,
What's up?
I come representing the interests of your former associate, Lydia.
Okay. Yeah. Darius Rivers, what can I do for you?
He kind of like pulls out this sort of it's very like silver medallion, and as he like says a few words, the medallion hums, and the world around you sort of kind of like shimmers a bit before where the man stands. There's almost like a holographic effect on top of him as this rather demonic creature is staring at you.
Darius sighs and just lights up another cigarette. You a friend of Lydia's?
I am her master, the demon lord Ifrit.
He bows respectfully.
I've been recently made aware of the dire situation your city has found itself in.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Are you aware of her Lydia's job?
As I understand it, she has many jobs. One of them making sure a being doesn't escape the botanical gardens.
Now that being is free and roams your lands.
Yes.
I need someone to deal with. Yeah, is beyond my reach. Such. Out of all her allies, I trust you the most. You shared bond, I believe.
He looks down and sad for half a second, and then looks back up. Yes, sir.
Good. And will you help?
What does helping entail, if I may ask?
Entails whatever you need to do to put that being back in its cage.
Without, because your servant, I wouldn't know what her title would be to you.
My servants
warned
are
me.
currently shattered, running. She was my most capable agent.
Well, your agent has informed me the dangers of selling one's soul, but but I know that you can make pacts and grant powers. Is there a way I could do that with you and not lose my soul in the process?
While your soul would have tremendous value, I can understand your hesitance. If you wish, it'd be a temporary arrangement. You
Forgive me.
believe your soul will be scarred, but it will still be your own.
Guard how?
Making a pact with any powerful being leaves marks, scars, if you will, on the soul. I am no different.
And I have your word that there's no underhandedness. It's just
Demons work through contracts. Be a simple, straightforward one. You will gain a sliver of my power. You will be imbued with a sliver of my power. As long as, and you may keep and use it however you see fit. As long as you are working towards imprisoning its being.
Of course.
And yeah, the man just pulls out this parchment. Reads states the terms of the deal. It's not a very long contract. Plainly worded.
No fine print, underhanded,
No.
super tidy. All right.
Oh, it seems
I guess
that whatever. Listen, all of these beings seem quite desperate to get fucking Durz's back in his fucking cage.
All right.
And it's a very similar contract to what the Velas offer you. So since
Alright.
you are doing this for a temporary thing, it doesn't feel the need to. Well, it's not gonna give you all the power. It could. Remember, if you take the full power, the full pact, you will gain the full power. But you're taking like a part of it. You're getting like a part of the power.
All right. He'll write his name. Is there a way to contact you if I decide I needed, if I do decide to extend our partnership?
You will now always be able to contact me if you wish, for as long as this contract is enforced.
I don't know if your knowledge is vastly more than mine, but in my current state, what is the chances I can hold up against him?
You small, given your hesitance, bracing all that I'm offering.
Give me time, but I
Do
might
not
take you up on
have
it.
time. Do not know how many people are in danger because of this thing. Do not know
Right.
how long it will stay in the city, and if it leaves, you will never be able to track it down.
All right. All right. I'll figure it out. Thank you for your offer.
So you don't sign the deal?
I signed the deal that he's offering in front of me.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just give you the basic move, the devil inside. It's still pretty potent. The problem is your blood's not your best stat, and you do roll with blood on this one.
Yep. Yep.
So nice. Anything in you? This. Get this.
The temptation to keep selling. Listen, I could contact him and up that deal. But for now, Darius doesn't really have like an indication. Like this guy's strong enough to make these people scared, but he doesn't know how fucked he is yet. How difficult this task is going to be.
What I'm saying is, if you take the full-on deals, I will give you the full-on basic playbook moves. So
I'm doing it narratively, Grunt. I'm doing it narratively. I promise you, it will happen.
But yeah, as you walk back in after signing a deal, plant you with fucking demonic power. You walk in, your father is just kind of like staring a bit at you as you walk into the living room. How did it go?
It went fine. It seems there's a lot more interested parties than just your former master, but it seems like it's going to be a long day. But I need to start looking. He looks at the Fey pile. Blue,
Yes, sir.
I need to figure out how to entrap gods. Is that something we have? Do you know?
I can look. We'll have to be a
Specifically
bit more
what-
specific, sir.
Ancient dragons.
Right away, sir. I will try and find some method.
Actually, Mathis gave him like a name of how, like, so maybe how they trapped the ancient dragon.
Yeah, I
Wait.
mean, you can still give me your Wizard Sanctum roll.
Yep.
Now let's see.
God.
Listen. This is important. You see, full success. Yeah, it'll take some time, but I'll at least figure something out that would allow you to imprison this shit.
Now I want my Ghost of Christmas yet to come and see how fucked I really am.
Yeah. Celine, you call Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
And she will pick up and like, well, how's my favorite hellspawn?
I assume I'm not the only hellspawn you know, but I do appreciate the effort.
No, but you are my favorite one.
Ah, well, it seems you had made an offer, apparently about me procuring access to the garden. Yes,
Yes, that still stands.
wonderful. I'd like to know, of course, exactly what that would entail, but I see no reason why to say no to your deal.
Listen, Celine, you can clearly tell how the wind's going, and you can clearly tell that there are people who will be in power in the city, and there are soon people who won't be in power. Now, I think you have what it takes to be one of the ones who get to stay in power. I like your little business. I like the idea of having a friend controlling the entire alchemical supply chain to ensure that anyone that wants to brew any potions, well, we know about them, right?
Of course, to ensure everyone's on the same page.
That means you get a seat at the table with, well, the others who will rule the city.
I assume these are all familiar friends for you.
Well, some we know less, but strong alliance between us, Celine, I think would benefit us both.
Of course, I can see the benefit of such a thing. How could I say no?
I knew you would say yes. It'll be a wonderful collaboration between us.
I look forward to it. It seems you have an eye for inspiration.
I do. Thank you for noticing.
I'm not sure exactly what you need of me, but if you wish to...
At the moment, things are, to say, in progress. The ground has been the groundwork has been already done. Now it's just waiting for things to fall into place.
Very well. And of course, your crusade against Malcolm.
Oh, that is
Please
still
keep
happening.
me informed. Of course. Keep me informed. I would be glad to help.
I will talk to you later then.
Of course. Have a lovely... What is it, nighttime or daytime right now, Grunt?
Like whenever you would call her, she'll like be up.
I'll say it. Have a lovely evening.
You as well.
And she will hang up.
Anyone else you want to meet before your mysterious informant wants to talk with you at the club?
I think right now, no. I think she will probably send a text to Darius, let him know we need to have a conversation at one point whenever he's available. But outside of that,
Darius between acts with gods and demons and researching about the Durzus trap. You think you have time for a meeting with Celine?
I always have a time for a meeting with Celine, but she has to come to my house.
And that's how you lose the third pack.
No, listen,
Are you
You can-
focused or not? Conviction or not?
Whatever you-
conviction.
when you're
Sorry, Celine.
available, you're fine.
Okay, I'll meet
He's
you
actually-
tomorrow. I'll meet you tomorrow, Celine. I'll meet you
I'll
later.
decide when tomorrow is. You'll meet her when you have time. Soon.
I will meet you when I have time. I have research to do.
Very well. Take care of yourself.
Stay safe, please.
I always try.
And it's just gonna send you a gif of Mike Tyson ducking and weaving.
She appreciates it.
It's one important key of the prisoner dilemma is you do not let them talk to one another. That's you. Yeah, listen, Celine, you're gonna go and meet this mysterious person. Sure, it'll be fine.
Of course, Grunt. I'm sure it's a wonderful time at a club.
So yeah, the hour is midnight. You venture into this club, the center. As you can like sit down at the table, takes about a couple of minutes before a woman sits from across the table.
Oh, what the heck was that?
Somebody slapped her mic, I assume.
Ah, gotcha.
As she kind of like has drinks, looks at you, smiles. Finally, such a pleasure to finally meet you, Celine.
Hmm. Is that a good thing or bad thing? I'm hopefully a good reputation and rumors, of course.
That's up to you, I suppose, but I've only heard good things about you.
Where exactly you heard this about me?
Here and there, I've been listening quite intently. The city of yours is quite loud, so it wasn't even that difficult.
Well then, I assume this is a cordial meeting then?
It is. She's gonna extend her hand. Carmilla.
Well, you already know my name then. She shakes her hand.
Shake your hands. Says, I do. Zoe's been telling me quite a lot of things about you.
Well, Zoe seems to have a large number of friends and seems to have a large, interesting amount of time that she spends.
She kind of like sighs a bit as she takes a sip from her drink. Tell me, what's your opinion of Zoe?
He is, well,
Be honest,
dangerous.
I'm not interested in politeness.
She's a dangerous, vindictive, outright vengeful person and seems to have the power to back it up.
It's a
Very creative as well.
correct assessment. Which is why I think I should expand my social network. Been spent quite a lot of time with Zoe, but I think she has all the elements she needs now to succeed on her own. So but I do believe in checks and balances. I look at you, Celine, and I see quite the opposite. I see someone who much more calm, collected, doesn't give in to their impulses. Also has quite a lot of bite to their bark.
It's taken years of temperament, I will say. Didn't get here on my own.
I did hear quite a lot about your demon master. You got out. Not many people do that.
Yes. Malcolm, of course, is still a bit annoyed with that.
Such is the temperament of those drunk on power. But I know Zoe offered you what was it? A seat at the table, place amongst the most influential of the city.
Yes, a table she seems to be handpicking and building.
Of course, she probably gonna crush those who oppose her and gonna elevate those who work with her. Just, well, I mean, all well and good, but you strike me as the sort of person who's a bit more ambitious than just one tiny city.
I won't lie. Expansion is preferable, of course, than staying somewhere small for too long.
Where would you like to expand if you had to pick a place?
Like location-wise?
Location, size.
As of right now, a place with some trees would be nice. A little greenery here and there. Humans, they're always fun to have around.
She frowns a bit, says, man, maybe you will not be interested in this deal.
Now, let's hear the offer. I can't say no to a good deal, so maybe this will be.
I was just imagining that I think, unlike Malcolm, you would make such a great demon lord.
Celine looks surprised for a second.
Now, I don't know the. I'm sure you can plant as many trees in your circle of hell as you want.
Ah, that is a bold claim to say.
Well, I am quite a bold vampire.
A demon lord.
Yeah? Not just any demon lord. You will ascend by dragging another one down. Good one. What do you think
Oh.
Zoe master and planned? Malcolm's demise or any of these schemes. She's smart, but she lets her more sadistic tendencies get in, and her obsession with this Darius fellow is a bit too tiresome at this point.
I'm surprised it's taken so long for her. Celine kind of frowns as she thinks about it, because well, as you know, like when you said that when you're a demon lord,
you're
you
a
don't get to
demon lord,
leave.
You don't get to leave.
Uh, I will be honest with you, Camilla. This is ambitious, and a few weeks ago I would have said yes without hesitation. But I am a softie at heart. Be a demon lord means I must leave the things I seem to enjoy so greatly out here in the surface world.
She nods. Oh, quite alright. I still think we can destroy his solar circle, even if no one takes his place. We just let it collapse in on itself.
That is also true, and I am more than willing to help ensure Malcolm's fall. It'll be a great boon to have him off my back, as well as, there's a certain person I'm hoping to get out of his clutches if I can help it.
Is this about the young boy?
Yes. Zorwin. The bulk. I may not have an entirely emotional connection to the lad, but I've seen enough children be taken by demon lords in some form or fashion that it's not something I necessarily want to see happen again if I can help it.
Could possibly be arranged. My understanding is that the Winter Monarch holds him.
Yes. Seems they've started a bidding war, apparently.
You have a way of... There are ways around that.
Well, would love to hear these ideas of yours.
Me, though, I'll have to think about it for a bit. But why? What has you kept? What's here for you that's so near and dear that you would pass up such a opportunity?
It's not just one thing; it's many things. I've always had a fascination with the surface world. Humans in particular are fun to engage with. There's stars, there's trees, there's everything. And there is someone I care for here.
Frog says, why not take them with you?
I, more than anything else, am fully aware that the demon realm isn't some place to nurture anything. And
It's your
it's a place
circle.
of fright and conflict.
Your circle. So you could make it whatever you want it to be.
Celine flexes her hands as almost as if she's imagining it for a second. Yes, I can do that, but a bird stuck in a cage never really sings again, you know?
No, I completely understand your perspective. I respect your decision.
Thank you for being so understanding.
Still value your skill set.
Of course. I still see no reason why we couldn't continue a partnership in this regard.
Absolutely. And to answer your question, we're interested in the young Vukotlak.
Yes.
Well, He's one of my agents, acting, well, currently staying quite hidden.
Ah, is there a particular reason why he decided to make the moon disappear?
Well, werewolf. Werewolves without their little moon can't transform, can they?
I see.
Now, I did instruct Zoe to use that bit of chaos to create conflict, which she did masterfully.
I understand now.
The Bauk never killed anyone. Well, I suppose there was that one man, but as you can see, Celine, I've been engineering a lot of problems and ensuring that Zoe benefits from them.
I have to ask, why exactly?
It's how you gain power. Stabilize the existing system, and once it starts falling apart, you take over.
A tried and true method.
I'm telling you this, of course, because I want you to understand that I view you as a valuable member, a great potential ally.
Of course. And I look forward to a partnership with you. It seems you also have a mind of creativity.
I do. Hope this has been an enlightening conversation for you as it was for me.
It has. Thank you for thank you for the conversation.
Finish her drink and take her leave.
Celine probably waits a few minutes thinking about everything as he takes a drink or two before also he decides to take her leave as well.
Going anywhere in particular or following anyone at the moment?
Is John around actually? Did he stay back in his realm?
He's always around. He's literally fucking outside the club. It's kind of.
This is in the background.
Even if he's not telling you that, you just call him and he's always within 5 minutes of walking.
So you would call John and ask you one day, hang out for the day, basically. Just him and her.
Yeah, you definitely would.
Where do you want me to meet you, John? I can meet you at your house. I assume you're there.
Yes, can meet there.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
Luckily for him, he is still faster than you. Fucking running more or less. Is there anything, is something you wanted to talk with him about, or just to relax and unwind?
I think for now she doesn't want to bring up what she just gave up, basically. What that means.
Well, Rowan, you... Oh god, actually no, I need to... forgot there's one last arm dealer that needs to talk to Darius. I'm sorry.
I think we can wait on that. To build up the suspense.
No, I need to give him all the guns. As Darius takes you several days, but eventually you manage to... You can... It's not a trapping spell, but you find out the original containment spell that they did on the cage. So you could feasibly put him back and repair the thing. If you manage to physically subdue him and drag him to the botanic garden.
So I have to defeat him, drag him across town, put him back in the box, then close the box. Okay.
As you're doing this, As almost as if it on the clock, Blue approaches you and says, "Sir, I believe we have a visitor.
Is it Celine or somebody different?
Someone else."
Okay. Darius gets up, looks through the peephole.
You see this monstrous being, arms and eyes, and just also this always shifting body, literally just outside your door.
Blue,
Yes, sir.
you're knowledgeable. What the fuck is that?
I believe it is an angel, sir.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, why not? He opens the door and lets him in.
The thing kind of ooze that floats above the floor. And as it speaks, it's distorted. It's like there's many voices speaking at the same time. Are you the one they call Darius?
Yes.
Well met.
He'll extend a hand.
It doesn't do anything.
Uh,
My name is Rakiel. I come to
Alright.
you in the hour of our greatest need.
as honored as I am to receive it from an angel, may I ask why me in particular?
You are gathering power. We have seen this. You are also noble and pure of heart. Humanity shines through you like a beacon in the dark.
Okay, how can I help?
You must set the wrong right. You must imprison the destroyer. We know you've talked with both gods and demons, but we believe that is not enough.
Okay, well, what can you do to help me match up?
Can provide you with the gift of immortality. No matter the grave wounds you suffer, you shall not fall in battle.
Mm, mm, Is there a catch to it?
You don't need to catch anything.
I mean, is there a side effect? I mean,
Death is painful. The human mind is not meant to die over and over and over again. We recommend caution still.
if I may ask, even within mortality, in your wisdom, how do I fare to the person you're asking me to stop?
We will not lie. The battle will be difficult. But we believe in your success. In fact, we are almost certain of it.
May I ask a question or two?
You may.
The demon seems to be under the influence that I can't win unless I make a full contract. How true do you angels believe that to be?
The demon lord is scared. We see, we have vision.
Okay. Well, if you have faith in me, may and I don't know if it's even possible, but may I ask an additional favor that might help me out?
You may.
There's many interested parties, and I'm sure if once his existence gets out, there'll be another interested party. I would like to stop that before they become involved. There's a person who was murdered unjustly. Is it possible for you to bring them back? Or at least have me give them the option to come
No.
back? It was worth a shot. Listen, I just thought I'd ask.
It's any comfort, rest assured. Soul is well guarded in heaven now.
Can you tell her I'm sorry for what happened?
Just nods. Yes.
I guess I'll take your offer. Is there a way to contact you if I need assistance or advice?
Shall always be in your shadow.
Like a guardian angel?
Yes. As the thing sort of dissolves into the floor and merges with your shadow. There is this feeling like your body is just lighter. Your many years of heavy smoking and drinking are just like gone. Just feel well rested and healthy, energized.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna.
What are you gonna do? Gonna call Celine now?
Yeah, I'll call Celine now.
Oh, Celine, you're just probably ending the date with the John.
Oh. Seems, you say you're calling her, right?
Yep.
She's probably after having to say goodbye to John and everything, she picks up the phone, walking away, I assume, from his place.
Saying goodbye.
Oh.
That's a funny thing.
Darius, hi. It seems, are you able to have a conversation now?
Yeah, I feel like there's some stuff we need to talk about. So did you? But first, most importantly, did you do it yet?
No, I have not. I don't want to be too eager about the whole thing, but that's neither here nor there. You have bigger
That's-
things to worry about.
I'm just saying that's quitter talk. Same place as usual?
Of course. I'll have a coffee order ready for you.
Okay. He'll be like, actually, can we meet in your shop instead?
That's fine then. I'll meet you there.
And he'll pick up the coffee and meet her at her shop.
Meet there soon after the conversation.
Well, you look. Does he look different at all? I assume he looks the same, but he's look well rested.
He looks. You've never seen him look this like in good health.
You look well. Getting a
Yeah.
full rest of sleep now? That's important to you humans.
It's a little bit more complicated. But what's your thing first?
I wanted to inform you so you wouldn't find out through other means that I've decided to make a budding business relationship with Zoe.
Okay. Can I ask the nature of it? Or do you want to keep that close to the chest?
Yeah, I'll keep it close to the chest, but so far that she's given me an opportunity that may prove fruitful. or it could turn horribly wrong. But then again, it's always what it has to do with these type of gambles.
What's the reward?
Security, power.
I mean, what do you have to do to get it?
Have to help her out with a few things, and if it all works out, then it should be of use to you. And so far, she hasn't really asked much of me yet.
I
just
trust
had
you,
to
Celine.
You shouldn't, but I appreciate that. You should be a little bit more cautious, Darius. It's always
Would you-
dangerous, this type of things.
Yeah, but you gave up a corner office in hell for me, so well, for John, well, for a lot of things, but I appreciate it nonetheless. You're an ally to humanity, and I support that. And he gives her 2-finger salute.
Apparently, I've had a change in perspective about a lot of things, and realize that you're not wrong somehow. But what about you? What has transpired?
Well, I've had quite the visitors. You could say the 3 ghosts of Chris. I don't know if you read Dickens.
I was going to make a joke, but I'll refrain. Yes, I've read the Christmas story.
Okay. Well, I talked to Mathis's god and
Oh.
borrowed a portion of his power. I got an axe now.
Okay.
Lydia's demon came to me, and I have a portion of his, and I cannot die due to other circumstances.
What?
I am effectively immortal.
Have you lost your mind?
No, there's no souls or bargains. I just have to do one very difficult thing.
Okay, what is this thing that gods and demons and what else you've made deals with have agreed to?
I gotta put the John's friend back in the hole.
Darius. She just gets up and starts pacing. You outside of the nature of the trouble this is going to cause for everything right now, your immortality, how long does it last? Does it have a time limit? Is it only for your work, or is it something else?
Grunt, can I think to the angel, or is it just kind of always there?
Oh, it definitely responds. Listen, until you get the job done.
Until I get the job done.
Darius. She just stops for a second. She turns to you, kind of kneels as she places her hands on you. She looks at you with pity and anger at the same time. You have allied yourself with very powerful beings for a job and task that seems very difficult for a being who is arrogant, powerful, and who I'm not even sure. In doing so, you have doomed yourself here a little bit.
Celine. He exhales. He's like, I'm so tired, Celine. And this guy sounds like really bad news.
I wish you had spoken to me. I'd come up with a better plan, maybe, or at least a deal that doesn't put you at such harm and risk.
Celine, I'll be honest. I wasn't thinking of myself at the time. I was thinking of you and John and Zoran and Mathis and Lydia.
There's also that issue to bring up, but you have sworn yourself to a god who I assume is due to your father or some other being.
Honestly, I can choose to take the full contracts at any time so far, but for now I've only given one oath and gotten a portion of each power. Well, minus the angel.
So you dally with very powerful beings and not in a full capacity, which is also dangerous in itself. Right
I
now,
can't.
they need you to get this done, so they're being far kinder than they normally would be, I assume.
Mhm. I didn't sell my soul to an angel, or demon. He said it would be scarred though.
I
But this
assume
was
Celine knows that, Grunt, that humans, when they make these deals, have something like residue or something on it.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. The thing is, usually like demon tainted don't go like for half deals. This is definitely
Yeah.
a unique situation. You don't know what the full repercussion of that even means.
this seems like Lydia's contingency.
This is a dangerous, dangerous gamble, Darius. But I assume you already know that before you did this.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'll be honest, for you guys I would give up everything.
Oh, Darius, you should really, really think of yourself sometimes in this situation.
Mm, I'm just
You,
listen, I'm so in the grand scheme of things, Celine, uh if unless something happens, you guys are gonna live like forever. I'm gonna live maybe another 50 years. In the grand scheme of things, I was never really that important.
Darius. This is a problem with humans. They think so little of themselves. There are far worse things than death, Darius.
I know. But they, they need to be stopped.
Do they?
If they're
Yeah.
scared.
Hmm.
You said something about Zorn.
The nature of my deal with Zoe would make it so I can help your son, hopefully.
Are you gonna be okay?
Darius, I've survived through horrible things. And I'll survive this if nothing else. I, at the very least, seem to have the mindset to think about my deals before I make them, as she kind of gives you like a look.
I'll be fine. Listen, there are no permanent deals. My soul's not being taken. I'm not being puppeted or possessed. I just
The look she gives you.
he exhales. Celine, have a little faith. I haven't let you down this far.
There is no such thing as a deal done with half measures. There's always a cost to these things. No such thing as temporary. Especially when
know.
it comes to, well, you're a human. And you can attach yourself to much, but there's not so much you can carry as well.
I know.
Right now, you are a tool these things need.
I know. Celine, there wasn't really a lot of time to talk to you about it. And I had to go in with conviction. That means getting you and John and Mathis and Lydia and Zorn out of this mess.
I wish you trusted us enough, or at least trusted me enough to let me help you get us out of it too.
Celine, they literally came to my house. Not the god. That one I did on my own. That one was, but everybody else literally just came to my house. And I do trust you. I do trust you.
How about
But-
the next time they come to your house, you said, give me a day to think about it.
I'm sorry, Celine. I really am.
I won't say it's fine, but what's done is done.
Listen.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, no, go your thing. My thing's not even important.
I was gonna ask, Grunt, does Celine know if there's other ways other supernaturals can sense if there's been a change in someone and at like at least at Darius's level or something like Darius when it comes to like making deals and pacts?
Like analyze the soul probably, but takes
Mm.
time and effort.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Tick?
Well, at least you have another strong person watching your back.
It's appreciated, but strength isn't the only power you need to survive in these times.
No.
To remind you, Darius, you are on the actual clock. Like, so like, I guess give me like 3 days, please. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and he'll be like, I'll be honest, I really wanted to talk to you, but they very much made it an indication that there is a time limit on this. But I do know how to do all of it.
Very
I
well
do-
then.
I need to beat Drizzt, knock his ass out, and put him back in the box, and then repair it. And then, hey, your place of power will be a place of power until John decides to screw me over.
Mm.
Yeah, you got to convince John to let me do this.
I'm not too sure exactly how that's gonna work, Darius.
Take him on the honeymoon. Get out of the city.
well, listen, let's put a pin in that as your phone is ringing, Celine. Zoe is calling you. Before you get the chance to pick that up, we'll switch scenes to Rowan as time goes a bit back. You do have to delay Durzus though, so Grace would
Yes,
text you
yes.
like, I think he's done now, but he wants to talk to you.
Wonderful. I'll be back over. I hope you'll forgive me for not sticking around.
But yeah, she's just gonna like text you a thumbs up. As by the time you get there, he's just like alone in the living room with like it's like a beer in hand. Like, he's like shirtless, just some underwear on. Like, well, welcome, friend. Have one. There's the fridge is full of them.
Rowan will take one. She doesn't want to be a poor guest.
At least they improved some of the alcohol in the meantime. Humanity does progress.
I'll have to take your words for it. I've not been in this mortal world for very long.
Back in those days, you could just kill, fuck, and just have fun without anyone just getting all pissy about it. But, listen. You told me you had an idea about the fucking lady who had the keys to my fucking jail? Little
Her
demon.
name is Lydia.
Yeah, little demon bitch. I don't fucking know her name. So, where is she? I want to just crack her skull.
Well, she is currently in captivity. My friend Zoe has her. And I have been instructed, though, that Zoe is still pairing something with Lydia. A few days is what she needs to get that done, and then after that, well, I don't think Lydia will have any purpose anymore.
Kind of rolls his eyes. Why don't you give me a persuade an NPC?
NPC. Partial success.
Fine, but fuck, 3 days. Kind of like looks upstairs and be like, she won't last that long. Find me other forms of entertainment, Faye. Sure, there must be something around here to do interesting.
Do you want to fuck? Do you want to drink? Or do you want to fight?
Any. If
any,
The opponent
don't
is worthy.
you worry. Well, in that case, I'll have to restrain it to. I'll have to restrain it to drinking or fucking because, well, if only you were here a few days. If only you got out a few weeks ago. There was an angel in the city, but he's very dead now.
Fuck those fuckers. They don't fight. They just hide in the shadows and make other people fight for them.
Yeah, that's
Cowards,
true, but
all
he
of
did
them.
have the weeping. He did have the weeping prince, but unfortunately,
I don't know who the
I think
fuck
that
that
thing's
is.
also gone. I don't know, some hero who killed dragons.
Sure, he did. Know how many
You
heroes
should
I've
ask John.
like killed? Yeah,
Obviously, a
man.
great
Listen,
many.
listen, Faye. Listen here. John's like a little boy. Like, if you told me someone killed John, I'd like, okay, for a human, maybe that's impressive, but like, okay, congratulations, I hit a toddler. I'm not gonna brag about it.
Have you had real alcohol yet, or are you just still drinking? Or what is this brand name stuff that he has in here, I suppose?
Old Heineken, like a green beer bottle. I was gonna say it's good beer.
I know.
The
I'm
problem
just.
is, the problem is Rowan doesn't drink beer.
Yeah, no, you would know just by hanging out at clubs that it's one of the better beers. It's not the most expensive, but it's not like cheap either. Listen. How about listen? Let's just show me the sights. You know, show me something somewhere I can just have some fun in the city.
Just the right person to ask for that.
Like gets up. Looks like he's ready to go.
Without clothes?
Yes, I mean he doesn't seem to realize. You like stare at him and be like, "Ah, for fuck's sake, I forgot." Shit, yes, I see.
No,
For every good thing humanity,
I personally.
it's like puts pants on. So for every good thing humanity fucking figured out, they like lost 3. Shit. Like put some pants and like a shirt on.
Rowan chuckles at that. And I'll have to take your word for it. I've so loved my experiences with humanity so far, but well, I've only had about 9 years all in total that I've been here.
Yeah, but you're a fae. What the fuck does it even mean for you? Don't you like
I'm
live
not
in your
sure.
courts for like forever? I don't know.
I got exiled. Back in the good graces now, though, but I've actually spent most of, I guess you could call it, my life in the mortal world. I don't even think I'm 10 years old.
Kind of like lets out a loud, like long whistle as he like finishes buttoning up. You realize he is wearing in fact Lamar's clothes, so it's all of them are just a bit too small. I think it should do.
You're just fine. Rowan will take him out on the town, and
He's gonna drink. He's gonna get in like 2 bar fights. He's not gonna kill anyone. He's just gonna like fucking smack them really hard. Gonna show him around town as kind of like maybe between 2 of the bars. We'll just kind of like say, this is cool and all, but damn. You know what I miss? Those should still be around. So are there
What?
still any fucking like, wolfmen?
Werewolves, yes, there are. There are quite a few. Quite a few. There are.
Remember
quite a
those
few
could
of
take
them.
like a couple of actual real punches? Are there any hot ones I can fuck afterwards?
Rowan will kind of shrug. The only one that was in my taste is sadly passed, but there are a few of them. If I suppose.
We'll see if they're like, if they can like even hit me once back, I'll fuck them afterwards. Now where do I
As-
find the wolves?
Follow me. They like to stay in the woods, in the outskirts of town.
Gonna lead him to like Daniel's place.
Yeah, as she will send a text to Zoe that basically responds, I am keeping Derzitz busy. You are going to have to pull some weight with Daniel because he wants to fight werewolves.
Just gonna text you. I do appreciate the heads up. I'll make sure nothing goes too wrong.
He's said he won't kill them.
Just dives back. I don't believe it.
Yeah, Rowan will lead him to Daniel's place. I'm sorry, Daniel, you seemed like a good dude. But sadly, this is happening.
As you get there, in front of like the sort of museum that Daniel runs. Well, you don't see Daniel, but you definitely see Snow Knight waiting.
Give a bow. Snow Knight. Twice I owe the pleasure.
She kind of like holds the sword up, like just looks at her and is like, "Ooh, who's this bitch?"
This is Snow Knight. She is
She looks
very
tough.
powerful. It is. She is. Snow Knight, do you want to tell him? Do you want to tell him or do you want to show him the history of that sword?
Shit. I can feel the power radiating from her. Holy shit, what the fuck are you, beast? She seems like unfazed by his rude demeanor. She kind of like looks at you, Ron, kind of like elbows, and is like, "Fuck is she?"
Snow. I know. The question is, Rowan knows that Snow Knight like fought a dragon once, and
Yeah.
that sword is like actually like fucking Saint George's sword or some shit.
Yeah.
Well, she is the knight of the court. She fought a dragon, and that sword. Have you ever heard the story of a man called Saint George,
Not
the Dragon
Saint,
Slayer?
it's literally Excalibur. It's not Saint George.
Excalibur. Well, that's why I asked.
Yeah, it's literally Excalibur.
And that sword. Well, you've probably been away very long, but it's a sword called Excalibur. It's a sword.
Listen, can she take a punch? Can I go all out? Physically, I mean. And you just hear this first time you hear
yeah.
Snow Knight says, "I suggest you back away, Rowan."
As Rowan will give a bow. Well, I'll enjoy the show.
Ooh. Who will I piss if I fuck her after this? Is she important to anyone?
The Winter Monarch.
Ah, fuck. Well, I guess fighting will have to do with this one. If they can be fucking petty little bitches. As he'll just fucking lunge for her. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's the point, Mac. This is not theirs. This is not a nice, cool, chill bro.
I like him. I like him.
He's a fucking violent psychopath who will assert dominance through a lot of fucked up ways, not just violence.
I like him. Rowan likes him. I think Rowan gets him.
As yeah, he's just gonna lunge for her, and just like his fist as it collides, you see the sort of shield of ice form in front of her as it shatters to pieces and she gets flung several meters back. Like, holy shit, she's alive! Oh, this will be fun. Lunges in. There will be several exchanges as she cannot take a single swing of the sword before like she has to form another shield to protect herself from the fist of like fury that this man is imparting. And as like she's like on the ground at some point, just kind of staggered, like stops for a second and says, "Damn, didn't realize there were Fae who can actually take a fucking punch. Some things change." And she just kind of like takes that moment of opportunity as she lunges with the blade and kind of just deflects it with his hand. But the blade does cut deep into him as blood starts gushing out. Holy shit, that hurt you, little bitch. As you start seeing these sort of sparks of electricity as the air is getting charged up. I'm sure if you wanna say something to maybe stop him from like actually going on.
Yeah. Rowan. Yeah, Rowan will. Rowan will say. Careful not to attract too much attention. Even if it's not something you would worry about, it's something Grace would worry about.
Yeah. You want roll me a persuade an NPC, but you get a +2 to the roll.
+2 to the roll.
That's a total of 5.
Okay, I'll just roll it and then we can.
Yeah, it's still a success. So yeah,
Oh, so that, by the way, corruption gained.
yeah. He stops. He like there's like a moment has like, he just does like a fling of the wrist as a small bolt of electricity flies into Snow Knight as she cannot form ice before it hits her. Collapses on the ground as there's a smoke rising off of her. You're right. Fuck.
Yes. Well, I'll be honest. I will be quite honest. The world, as you say it was, sounds like would have been a fun place to be. And perhaps we can make that world again, but that's not the world right now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, listen, that's fine. She fought well for a Fae, and well, that last cut did fucking sting a bit. Not dead, so she should be back in like however long it takes for you Faes to heal. I think I'm done for tonight. Thanks, Rowan, for showing me a great time and like fucking slaps you on the back. And just kind of like starts walking away. As yeah,
And
Snow Knight.
Rowan is gonna go with Snow Knight and just fucking. Okay.
Ugh. Ive, thank you.
You're welcome.
And she like struggles to get up a bit. I should report back to the monarch. Stop.
Should do that.
I seem to be quite capable of keeping him under control.
He's a man, I guess you could say he's a beast driven by his pursuit of pleasure, catharsis. Can't convince him of much, but you can direct his urges.
She's gonna sheath the blade, and you will see her as she melts into a puddle of water. Yeah, as I'm not sure if you're gonna text Zoe after this or not.
We'll text Zoe, and we'll just tell her, well, I just saw a fight between Derzitz and Snow Knight, and oh, I've never seen Snow Knight get knocked around like that.
She messages back. Well, I told Fiona to send someone who will not die in a few punches, so... Guess who owes me a lot of favors for being alive right now? As she put like a wolf emoji.
Well, I'd imagine they should be quite grateful. And she'll include in the text. Wonderful thing about Derzitz, by the way, I think I have a pretty good. I think I get him in a way. He is a being entirely driven by a pursuit of pleasure, of catharsis, of desire. Wonderful thing about people like that is there are so many ways to funnel them down a path you want.
Just the context back. Oh, don't I know it? I'll get the party set up, and it'll be truly glorious. I promise you a show of your lifetime. Everything else will pale in comparison to what's about to go down.
Oh, normal. I doubt anyone else, but you do have the uncanny ability to always one-up yourself.
I do try my best. Say this, you definitely should definitely gains a depth for you for help. So add that to your character sheets on the fucking stack you're already sitting on.
I have another debt with Zoe.
Yeah.
4 debts.
By the end of this, you could just probably like you'll have so much debt you'll be like, just give me Zorn. Just hand him to me, please. Probably do it. For like 5 debts, she'll probably give you Zorn.
Luckily for her, I have no desire for him. He's a broken toy, and I like to break my toys. I don't like them to come pre-broken.
Damn. As a few days pass, I'm not sure, Rowan, if you want to do anything in those like 2 or 3 days. Grace will be mostly still hanging out with Derzies. Lamar is grudgingly around the house, but mostly keeps to himself, kind of drops by every now and then to check that she's still alive.
Yeah, Rowan will. I mean, Rowan will have a talk with Grace, mostly just because she wants to touch base on how Grace is thinking.
There is actual no moment you can catch Grace by herself. She's always gonna be around Derzies, so Derzies gonna be around her. Unless you want to have that conversation with him, other than her being physically exhausted, there seems to be like a weird sort of intoxicating effect that he has upon her. Like she is perpetually drunk, kind of like in that tipsy state, sort of always on cloud nine.
Expected, I suppose.
And it's not, yeah, it's not just because of their intimacy. It's just seemingly something more. There is, you can definitely feel the magic radiating from her now, too. Powerful magic.
You know, Rowan would visit the Lamar household every so often. Thinking there's a moment where if she can ask this to Derzitz when he's alone, probably when Grace is too exhausted to be awake. She will just point out, ask, so what is your relation with Grace?
Listen, I always see these gods and angels impart their power unto mortals to, well, different reasons, I suppose. Wanted to try it out, see how it is.
You care for her?
Yeah, she's special to me. The first one to have contact with, and I don't even know how long.
Glad to hear that. This is she is a important person to me.
Oh, good. That means we shall all be a happy family together. And slaps you on the shoulder.
Yeah, Rowan will laugh at that. Oh, I'm honestly quite happy that this has all worked out. When Grace first had this awakening, these dreams, it was touch and go there for quite a time. Lydia was very unhappy about it.
Of course, she
Threatened
knew
her.
that she would free me eventually. Expect John to pull me out on the other side.
What is John? I asked him once, and he
A
threatened to kill
little
me.
bitch, but more,
Metaphysically, of course, but
listen, now I like the guy, but he's too soft. Must be his age, I guess. He is half-breed. Unholy matrimony, as some of his kind used to say, between demons and dragons.
that is some might call that an unstable cocktail.
I would call that a dilution of good stuff, but demons wanted power, so guess that's one way to get it. Shitty as it is. Then again, doesn't surprise me. There's many supernaturals that wanted the powers from different dragons across time.
Power, power, power.
Yeah,
I've
demons, man.
I've heard
What they want.
demons, vampires, wizards, even most fae. That's all everyone talks about. Power.
This is the weird one. I don't know, man. Vampires back in my day used to fucking hide in caves and were like everyone's little bitch. I don't know what the fuck changed in.
Well, it's called human society changed, and I don't know. Maybe vampires helped direct that, or maybe they just got lucky. But modern society that the humans have created is perfectly suited.
I see cockroaches then. I heard of this phenomenon.
Yes. Parasites, yes.
Would eradicate them if you want.
Most of them. Most of them. I'll be honest. There's only one I like.
We'll keep that around then.
Rest of them.
Anyone you like, Rowan,
rest of
must be
them.
a good person.
Well, thank you. You are true. Most of them, most vampires I have dealt with, which admittedly is not much, but they are boring, placid, static creatures, constantly trying to relive a life that they've already lost. Enamored with, well, listen, I won't blame anyone for indulging in passions. I indulge quite a bit myself. But they all indulge in the passions in the same boring, tired way. Not creative at all.
Yeah, no, sounds like a fucking waste of space. You know what, Rowan? Spent a few days together, but glad I met you. One of the things I was afraid of, just things seemingly became more boring, fragile, delicate. You've shown me that's not the case. You've shown me that one can still have fun even in these modern nights.
Certainly can. That's
Some-
the thing. Humans have gotten more organized, from what I understand. Again, I've not been around too long, but guns, organizations, communications, and that has put the metaphorical fear of God into most supernatural creatures. They're all terrified at the end of the day, all scared that they might lord over humanity or they might use them, but secretly all of them are in some way terrified that a hunter will notice them and their fun game will be over. Me, I don't really care that much. I may die soon, I may die in a few years, I may die centuries from now, but if I can't enjoy every second of it, then what was the point of living?
Listen, Rowan. If you ever need something from me, feel free to ask. And I'll oblige even if it's something I personally dislike. Now, kind of like looks upstairs, looks back down at you. Need to think for a moment. He never says that.
Think. Didn't know you were a philosopher.
Ah, no, nothing that fancy. Brassus. How does Brassus sound to you?
Brassus. What is it? The name? What is it? What are you naming?
Well, I guess I suppose I should think of both. Both boy and girl names. Abyssinia. Sounds I like the sound of that.
Like them. They have a regal quality to them, but doesn't imply any softness. I should ask, will Grace survive the birth? Sometimes humans can be quite fragile when giving birth to even their own kind.
Honestly, I don't know. If I'm around, yeah, I'll make sure she does. But see, that's the thing. Most gods impart their power onto mortals through pacts, through deals. Deals and pacts can be broken. It's just all fucking salad of words. Life created in the moment of passion. Now that's something cannot walk away from.
Rowan nods. I won't lie. As a Fae, I don't quite understand all of that, but I can understand
Oh.
wanting something more permanent. Even contracts with other Fae can be fickle things.
I may be old, but I still remember when family meant something, and well, my brother betrayed me. And well, now John's kind has been hunted down because my brother's too much of a fucking coward to do anything about it. Letting fucking humans throw their weight around, letting angels fucking shit on us from up high. Now, things are gonna start changing around here. Done with this shit. And exiles living in a godforsaken world. Rejects of society. I'm gonna help them regain their fucking honor, and by the time world knows about us, they'll respect us. Imagine
Rowan nods.
power that they once used to have, the fear, the respect. Now they're all just cowering, hiding, or just like John, denying their true nature, fighting against it. Just imagine having to deny what you are constantly just to be allowed to what? Exist? Kind of, that's not living. That's no better than being a fucking ghost.
Rowan nods at that. I understand that. Some, especially humans, don't get it. It's one of the things I do like about them. They don't have fixed natures. They change themselves on a dime, but the rest of us were born with innate desires, wants. Why should we hide them? Should we tend to be things we're not?
You can see the mighty make the rules for the for the rest of us. I think that should change. The world has become too comfortable. Those in power too lax. And by God, if I'm not gonna crush some fucking angel skulls, I'm gonna kill any angel, demon lord, or bitch ass hero that thinks they can just fucking waltz in on me. We're gonna do this together, Rowan. We're gonna make a world.
will.
My child, as he like points up, like upstairs, a world in which my child can just doesn't have to deny their nature, can be themselves.
You will. And if her health ever becomes a concern, Grace's, I can heal. It's a Fey power I do possess. If there is concern of her health.
He smiles and nods. Thank you. Means a great deal to me.
Of course. I've not known you for very long, but I think I get you dares it, and Grace has always been important to me, and well, what sort of person would I be if I didn't offer to extend help to good friends, both old and new, who simply want to live in a world where they can be free?
smiles and nods.
So, yeah. Now listen, guys. I think Dares can fit into the coalition of the evil.
Yeah, as well. Eventually, the appointed time and place would happen. As Zoe,
Question mechanically, do I just have did he give me like a debt?
yeah, unironically, yes.
Feels good to win.
Yeah, it does. It's soon gonna be Darius' time. Darius v Durzus, the match of the century. See, now you may think that it would have been better if you picked the full power, but not impossible. But yeah, Rowan, Zoe would send you the information for you to deliver to basically Durzus and hopefully bring him to the sort of warehouse outside the city, where she has Lydia prepared and ready to be served on a platter that, well, if he like demolishes this building, no casualties or collateral damage will be you would have to worry about. I presume
Rowan
you will escort him.
Certainly tell him. Yep, escort him right there.
Now we cut back to that cell phone. That call. Celine. Zoe is calling you, Celine.
Yeah, Celine was probably about to say something to Darius before stopping. Zoe, give me a second here.
Well,
Yeah.
I have some
So-
spicy news. I thought, you know what? As my first new partner of this big round table we are building, I thought you
Mhm.
should be here to witness these events. Well, I should say, most likely Lydia's execution. I'm not quite sure what he plans on doing with her.
Who exactly was gonna do what? Did what?
Oh, well, there's this.
Ah, I see.
Plan on giving him Lydia on a silver platter. I think it would be good to earn the favors of such a powerful being.
I assume it won't be long unless he decides to go along.
I'll say this, he is extremely violent, but he is not sadistic, so I assume it won't take too long.
I see that.
Are you willing to come?
Of course. I assume there'll be others of the same mind there.
Well, involved parties. I'll just text you the address then and wait for you to be here. This is the first step in eliminating our rivals. And
Very
after
well
she's
then.
gone, there's no one stopping you from expanding your business officially into the Botanic Garden.
Understood. Thank you. I look forward to this event you have planned.
It's in an hour. Expect to see you there. Kisses.
Oh, no, she would say that. She.
Nah,
gonna-
it's too late. You fell into the trap. You've been distracted.
She was.
Fucking fooled, bamboozled, even.
God damn.
You're just gonna see like the most what the fuck look was that on Darius's face. Kisses, really?
The only option now is to kill yourself.
Celine now is just. She didn't even realize she's just pacing now.
Celine, what the fuck? Kisses? Is that how you end conversations? I'm feeling kind of left out here. What the fuck?
Not with you, Darius.
What the fuck? What? Hey, are you okay?
It seems we are in a bit of trouble more than usual, Darius.
Oh.
I will tell you this, and only this. Lydia will be executed.
Darius's eyes narrow. I thought I had more time.
You do not.
You do hear at the back of your mind like a whisper. He told you time is
Hmm.
not on your side.
Y'all ask the angel, do I have a chance to get her out and kill this guy or stop this guy at the same time?
Must fight him sooner or later.
You said you foresaw me winning?
Yes.
Alright. I'm putting faith in you.
Should.
Celine,
Darius.
I think I can take him.
I understand humans have faith and hope in enduring humanity to keep them going, but let us be a little bit logical here, Darius.
Grant, is there any way I can indicate that I just have gotten stronger?
Yeah,
To Celine.
Listen, I won't make you roll because you'll count technically on corruption. You can roll me a spirit roll.
Okay.
Kind of sort of externalize some of these, like your actual literal soul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you see this sort of shimmering glow around him, as Darius's form starts to kind of like twist around, as dark and fiery smoke strands kind of flow around him, his aura seems to grow bigger around him, like a shield of armor. As you can feel the power radiate from him. As just John fucking bursts through the fucking door. The cane is about to fly to your face.
Just look
Fine.
at John.
John, it's fine. It's fine.
Like stops for a moment, looks at you, Celine, for like confirmation.
It's all right. He's just trying to convince me right now. And I'm not convinced, Darius. You may have power to back it up, but you don't have experience.
But I
It's
have
more
a
than
lot,
just that.
but I have tricks. It's not just this. It's also magic, and I am an expert on fuckery when it comes to magic.
I can tell that you seem very adamant about this. I believe
either
it's
this-
foolish and dangerous, but
It's either this or she dies.
maybe that's
John is looking
better
at this
option.
rather concerned, says, "What is this about?"
It seems Darius has wishes to save Lydia, and in doing so, that means he will come into conflict with Dirtsis.
You will die.
What do you mean?
You are not strong enough to fight one like him. You not have the experience. And this will endanger everyone, including Celine. You will not forgive this.
John, if Celine was going to be executed, what would you do?
I would die for her.
So what are you asking? How are you asking me to do any less for my Celine?
That sounds like a problem for you and not for me. And he like readies the cane before you just see
Fuck.
him kind of just
Omega
like,
lol.
almost his eyes kind of flutter a bit as he like collapses to the ground.
Uh,
As-
Lou's gonna go stop him.
You see behind him a man leaning on a cane, very old-fashioned outfit, a top hat.
I don't. What?
Selena probably goes to John before
Vlad
realizing,
Dracula, Prince of Darkness.
before realizing he's there.
Yeah, he's gonna go up to John and feel for a pulse too. He's like,
He is
what the fuck is
merely
that?
sleeping.
Who are you?
That does not matter. You are needed and you must go. Both of you.
Are we on the same side?
Yes.
I think so.
Is he gonna be okay?
Yes. By the time
Okay,
he
follow-
awakes, he will be long gone, and I will remind him of his place.
Follow-up question. I'm assuming you saw. Do you think I'm able to beat him?
He nods.
Oh, look at that.
Celine, I need your blessing here. I'm not going to ask you to fight my fights. I just need you to not be hurt.
Very well then, Darius. This is. If you fail, then we're both pretty much fucked.
If I'm in a position to fail, you are not part of this at all.
Very well.
I will not have you get dragged down because of my mistake.
Celine is in no danger, I assure you. Now go. Time is of the essence.
Before she leaves, Celine will give John a kiss on the cheek, as well as put the ring on the ring on his finger.
As you kind of like walk off, Dracula would actually pick up John's cane. Like, carry this with you if you can. May come in handy.
Okay.
No, it's giving this to Celine. Fuck off.
She will
You already
take
have
it.
a super weapon. Calm down. As Celine, you take it and it's stupidly heavy.
Jesus. Okay.
That's like 20 kilos. Very least.
Thank you. Oh, I have to return this back to him safe and sound.
You will.
So
And he kind of
she
like
just
steps to the side, letting you, kind of like gesturing with the hand for you to walk out.
so John just carries around a hunk of metal and throws it
He's-
at people.
I think so. He's apparently beaten everyone he's come across.
Okay. I'm sorry your boy got hurt. I'm glad you finally committed.
She kind of looks at the ring on her finger right now, so hoping to ask him at a much more appropriate time, but...
Dibs on best man. Dibs on bachelor. No, we can't have a bachelorette party.
I'm not sure if I would approve of that.
I don't think he would approve of that. Because you know what? Let's get off that topic.
You both get into Celine's car and start driving away. As anticipation eats at you. As you get there. And you walk into the warehouse, presumably following Celine. Darius, right?
Yeah.
As you walk in, this large warehouse, you see dangling with several chains from the ceiling, and like on her knees with her hands above her head, lies Lydia. As Zoe is kind of off to the side, texting on her phone, you see Snow Knight by her side. Looks up at the two of you and says, "Ah, you came. Wonderful."
Hello, Zoe. Is it just us?
I was hoping it would just be you. Hoping to invite too many people. This might get quite bloody quite fast.
Well, at the very least, is there a chair I can take?
No, I suggest you come stand by my side. I assure you'll be quite safe.
Does she react at all to
No,
Darius?
she's completely casual about this.
Celine nods as she goes towards Zoe. I'm actually surprised Rowan isn't here.
We're waiting for that. That's the encore. You're not gonna mind. I invited 2 more people.
How bad is this going to be exactly?
And this is gonna be wonderful, spectacular. The beginning of a new era. As she says that, Darius behind you hear like more footsteps. As you all see, well, you do spot Leon. He kind of like walks in.
Oh fuck! I think I'm blanking. Which one is Leon?
Leon is the demon Titan that was kind of
Oh
stupid
yeah,
and
yeah,
just kind
that's
of.
right. Yeah, sorry, I've only met him once, so it just didn't register.
There's like a few other people that you don't recognize, Celine. That kind of like walk with him as they also sort of take different stances off to the side. As Zoe looks at them, kind of like waves, but got it. Well, what's Darius' reaction? They're just gonna stand there in the middle of the warehouse looking at Lydia and all of this. Just
How high is Lydia up above him?
no, like she is still on the ground. Her hands are tied to like a chain
Oh.
that can like raise them above her, and the chain is just tied to the fucking ceiling.
Okay, he'll like. Is she conscious?
She looks passed out.
He'll go down and kneel in front of her, try to wake her up a little bit.
As you approach her, Zoe will be like, "Now, Darius, you can see, you can touch, but you cannot move. Can I have your cooperation on that one?"
I will not move her. I would just like to talk to her. Is that even a possibility?
Well, if you can wake her up, it was well, I think it's best if she doesn't see you in this situation. Although, well, she may be filled with disapproval. I think the new look suits you. All these battling energies, fighting for domination, demon in your soul, a god on your shoulder, and an angel in your shadow. Darius, you didn't realize you could be like this manly if you wanted. Shocked and impressed.
He's gonna try. He's just ignoring her and gonna try to wake Lydia up.
Shake her up. She's kind of like mumbling, passed out. As Rowan, you walk into the scene with Thursday by your side. As you see Rowan, several members, several Fae. I'm probably not acquainted with some of them, but you would recognize, I feel like, your own kind. Definitely see Snow Knight, Zoe, Celine. You see Lydia, but more importantly, you do see Darius kneeling next to her. And as the two of you enter, Zoe waves and says, "Ah, there's this. Welcome. There she is, your jailer. I'm sure you've missed her face." As Durst is just fucking like very confidently starts walking towards the two of them. As
Darius,
Zoe would also kind of wave you over to come next to her, Rowan.
Rowan would.
I guess Darius turns and stands up. There's this. It's been a while. How have you been?
The fuck they do to you? You stink of like fucking 3 different species together in a blender with some shit.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. Hey, you still owe me one, right?
Yeah, I
How
guess.
about we just let her be that one? You let her go. You don't do anything to her. I take her and we just
You
forget
want
this.
to let my jailer fucking walk free?
It's either that.
Listen, man, is
or,
she like your bitch or something?
Yeah, she's my grace. So how about we just let it slide
Your
this time?
grace. How dare you, little piece of shit. You can compare this little fucking scamp to... Oh,
Fair enough. If so, how about you just let her go? We call it even. You just don't bash her face.
How
up, or-
about I let you go? I don't murder you right here.
All right, and if that's not on the table, how about you kill the vampire named Zoe over there, and we'll call it even.
Why would I do that?
Because you owe me one.
There's it. Remember when I said the one vampire we should keep alive? That is Zoe, by the way.
Or you could kill.
He just kind of shrugs and says, "Listen, that sounds like... Can't do that, Chief."
So you're not willing to let her go, and you're not willing to kill the bitch over there.
Why? She's much more fun, apparently. Rowan likes her, I like her. As Zoe responds, says, "Ah, the dear, there's this. Love it. She kind of like leans over to you two, Celine, and Rowan says, "Now, if you were to take a bet, who would you bet your money on?"
It's hard to say.
Hmm.
Humans have a way of surprising me.
Darius certainly has gained some new power about him, but he couldn't have gained it only but what recently? A week ago at most? He doesn't have the experience to wield it properly. Erudits might be out of practice a bit, but
It's Rowan.
man still has, what, thousands of years?
You know what? I think Darius will win. He's just like that hero from the stories, right? Always losing, but at the end wins.
He
Okay.
might be, but Derzitz did say that he will kill any hero who would try to stand up to him.
She kind of winks. What about the villains? As there's like the door opens, another person walks in, and as everyone kind of glances back, looks back. You all see Andrea as her eyes light up,
Uh,
and
There's this-
theirs just fucking freezes. As Zoe claps excitedly and says, "Darius, my hero, how about you do me a favor and cut him down? And then do what you were meant to do, my knight in shining armor."
Celine just gives. If I'm not sure you're looking at Celine, but she gives you like a nod.
She is in fact calling a favor for this Darius, so
he's in the back of his head. He's talking to Angel like, what the fuck is this?
fulfill your mission.
I guess Darius will. He'll get the axe out.
Listen, Darius, you agreed to seal the thing no
Yep.
matter what you had to do.
Nope, it just feels unhonorable. But yeah, he'll
It's
get the axe out.
absolutely unhonorable. Everyone's a little bitch here in Dirt's eyes, but that axe just appears in your hand when you need it to just swing down. As one slice puts him down on his knees, he can't scream, he can't look away. As Andrea just kind of like looks at him, salivating. As a second strike, Darius, you land, blood starts fucking pooling around. And the third strike is the one that's just fucking like, he like falls to the ground and just unconscious. As he's just there, lying in his own blood.
All right, Darius. I guess is he like just unconscious or still conscious?
I think you can kill him. He's unconscious.
Yeah. So Darius is gonna pick him up and throw him over his shoulder.
Yeah. The power that flows through you.
So Zoe, I'm just gonna take her too, and we're just gonna call this off.
How about you finish your job first? You don't want anything bad to happen to Lydia. As you can see, you may be strong, but I think proved to you that just being the strongest in the room doesn't mean jack shit. When you are outmaneuvered, outsmarted, and outnumbered. I'm sure Andrea would like some painted soul flesh.
He makes an effort to not look at her.
So what's gonna be, Prince Charming? Gonna fulfill your duty, or you're gonna abandon it to save the one you loved?
Are you still planning on executing her?
No. Why would I? She's such good leverage for you. You her around as long as... Well, I'll say this. Make you a deal right now. You finish that job, take the dragon back to his little prison, do your duty. Once you get released from all that power, I'll hand her over to you. And you can do with her what you want after that, because I will not really care, and at that point, I don't think you will be a threat to me. If you decide to keep all this newly gained power, I'll just have to keep her as leverage. I'm sure you understand. I'm very fragile and scared.
Of course. Let me go complete my duty.
Sure love it when fairy tales come to life. Let me know when you are ready to pick up your lover.
Of course. In one piece and alive, of course.
Absolutely.
He exhales and starts making his way out, and he'll talk to... Once he's passed, he'll start talking to the angel. I want to make a bargain.
Okay. It's listening.
I want to extend this deal, but later. And in exchange,
What are you willing to offer?
I will watch over this man and make sure to be his jailer and rival.
Useless.
What do you mean?
We have no need of such thing.
He got out once.
A powerful jailer is meaningless. Need a smarter jailer, and you have not proven yourself. You have been, in fact, outsmarted at every step. We do not have confidence in your words. But we are not without grace. Take the deal. Take the role of the Weeping Prince. And we will grant you the immortality you seek.
Give me some time to think. This is a lot.
As you wish.
I'm assuming I could still contact you.
We will be around, watching. Even after you fulfill your bargain with us.
I will make sure to win over your favor and prove that I can be smart enough to be a jailer.
We shall see.
And he'll, I guess, take Celine's car, because I don't think a car. Sorry, Celine. I was like, you'll get a text like, "Sorry, I need to borrow your car." I can't just walk with him there.
As just Darius, you drive away with Dursus's body.
Hey, Grant.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go on. I didn't know if the scene was breaking yet.
No, because now Zoe just kind of like turns to the rest of him like, so, how's the first act of this play stage I'm running?
It seems
It's
you are
impressive.
very creative indeed.
I will admit, I liked Deserts from what little I knew of him.
She kind of like looked saddened by your statement. Said, I'm sorry, Rowan, but it was a bit too violent to let loose. Plus, there were so many people who wanted him back in the cage. I just had to take the deal.
You're right. I heard no grudge for it. It's just the world he would have made. It would have had its own beauty to it, but he probably couldn't have done it anyways. The forces arrayed against him would have been too much, even for him. Throne will get up I'll be back, but I want to discuss something with Snow Knight very quickly.
Of course.
Well, I see you have no need of me further, I assume.
Ah, you fulfilled your purpose to a T. Thank you, Celine.
Of course. Always happy to help. You have a lovely time, Zoe.
Well, you're a bit excited now? I mean, initially it would have been 100 years. Now it's, well, the herbs are going to be much more potent. I don't think there's an expiration period on them now.
It will make things easier, for sure. Especially, well, quality is always important.
I'm sorry if I ruffled any feathers. I'm not sure if you also had sympathies for the man.
My connection to Dursus is, well, it is all right. Such things like this require cooler heads, and from what I've been hearing, it seems like he's ruffled some other feathers as well.
I'm glad we are on the same page. It's been a pleasure talking to you this evening. We will be in touch, yes?
Of course.
Lovely. I will see you around.
Selena says goodbye and starts to make her way, seeing the text Darius had left her.
You kind of like stand in the parking lot with a very heavy cane. There's this black SUV that just kind of like pulls in front of you and the door opens. Your acquaintance is inside.
Shit, is that Vlad Dracula, Prince of Darkness?
She gets inside.
Yeah, the car will drive off. Rowan, what did you want to talk to Snow Knight?
Go up to Snow Knight, and I will simply tell her. Desert's had a mortal lover, one named Grace. It's quite possible, and he seemingly thought that he has begotten a child with her. She needs to be secured.
Take me to her right now. I shall escort them both to the Winter Court for safekeeping.
Ronalad, follow me.
Yeah. Both you and another Fae. As the three of you go together. Snow Knight will make the appropriate introductions. Say, Rowan, this is Iris. She's been sent here to assist with other matters, but guess we need to tackle this problem.
Iris, it's a pleasure.
She'll nod, shake your hand as three of you will get into a car as Iris will be driving you back into the city. It's Grace's address. Meanwhile, Darius. Sorry, was there any conversations you would like to have with them on the car drive there, Rowan?
Basically, what Rowan will say is that there's a possibility her brother is with her. Her brother is a hunter, but he will present no issue, but allow me to talk to him first.
Snow
It's better
Knight.
if we can get her with it. Better if we can get her without a fight.
Snow Knight will nod. Yeah. Darius, as you drive the Botanic Garden, you stop the car in the parking lot and haul Dursus' ass into themselves. The night is quiet. There's a certain chill about the air now. Walk in. Know the sites to perform the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Take him deep the garden itself. As the mist sort of kind of like twists you around the spot.
There's just constant anger just emanating off of him. But he performs the ritual.
As you perform the ritual. Takes you a few minutes. Spell takes hold, and you see the very ground open beneath you as it swallows him up. You heal the barrier. And it's done. It's sealed.
I assume that concludes all my deals.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Darius texts Celine saying her car is going to be at his place. He's just going to be drinking. And he'll text Zoe it's done.
Text back. Well, whenever you're ready to pick her up.
I guess now.
Text you. Remember, no powers, or else, well, won't be anything left to pick up.
I don't think he has any powers, right, Grant? Like, I should be able to feel it.
Listen, did you say you wanted to extend the deal? They're still kind of floating above. You have to release them. Have to let go.
He exhales. For now, leave. We'll talk later.
As sort of almost this immense weight you never realized you were even carrying kind of lifts off of you. Feel sudden pain in your chest as powers at the B sort of rip apart. Yes, though the scar does remain. You will be scarred in blood. As your soul kind of just readjusts to normality once you have. The angel leaves your shadow. Veles releases you from your oath, and the demon pulls back its tainted power from you.
He texts Celine and just says, I'm sorry for everything. It's clear that he's just depressed.
Celine will tell you there's nothing to be sorry for, Darius. There's nothing to apologize for.
And he'll go pick up Lydia.
Get back into Celine's car and start heading back, I guess. Meanwhile, Celine, you're in the car with the Prince of Darkness himself. He looks at you and
Hello.
says, it had to be done.
I can understand. Doesn't mean I necessarily like it, but I can understand. Is
With this,
John alright?
yes. We understand, I understand why he did it. We're in quite the precarious position. Seeing how he hasn't gotten anyone killed. We will overlook this transgression. Consider it an act of desperation and love.
He nods.
You have more than made up for his rather rash decision. And I don't wish to have bad blood with.
Well, that is wonderful to know. I do not wish to have bad blood either with you.
He nods. John will be waiting for you at your place of business.
Oh, that's good. I feel like I have a lot of explaining to do.
Sure, you two will be able to figure it out. I've met many of them in my life. Never seen one so much conflict in himself. It is to be commendable.
Celine just smiles.
As yeah, he's gonna just drop you in front of your shop. As John is kind of waiting for you there. As the
Well,
SUV drives away.
Celine gives a bit of a sigh. I assume he's just standing there, his usual thing.
Yeah, he's just almost like he knew you were coming, waiting. As the cane almost like pulls you towards him.
Jesus, okay, it's magical indeed. She will come up to John with a bit of a hesitant smile, but
He will just fucking like hug you, like straight up. Tight embrace.
Celine hugs him back. A bit of relief right there. Ah,
I'm so scared there for a moment.
well, it seems things have worked out according to a few people's plans at the very least. I was a bit worried that you'd be upset with me, then I would have to do a lot of explaining.
I would never be upset with you. You've been nothing but kind to me.
Well, at the very least, it does have a bit of a selfish intention. I don't want to see you get hurt either.
Wow. Thank you for this. As he like shows you the wedding band on his finger.
I was planning to, well, I had plans in place.
I think a wedding should be organized. I have so many friends I wish to introduce you.
Well, I look forward to meeting them. I don't have many friends, but I think at the very least you've met most of them, and I think they'll be happy for me.
He like smiles and nods. As yeah, he's gonna take you to. He's just gonna take you through the botanic garden and basically back to the palace. As Rowan, you arrive at the Williams' household. Enter the house, and Lamar is just kind of like on the couch, almost dozing off as he like sees you three enters, like stands up, like what's going on, Rowan?
Lamar. Darius,
Yeah.
he's gone. He is soon to be re-imprisoned.
Holy shit. Okay, that's good, right? That's good.
It certainly believes that he would have a child with her.
He like looks like no. What? No. Shit, you're not joking, are you?
Not the joking. Perhaps he might have been mistaken, but if he's not, do you know what his enemies will do to her when they find out?
Wow. Okay, we just. Okay, what are they doing? As like points to Iris and Snow Knight behind you.
Rowan will say, "There's only one place we can guarantee her safety, Lamar."
Ah, shit. Fuck. Give me a persuade an NPC. Take a +1 to the roll.
All right.
Shit, yeah, he just
That'd be a 16.
fuck. Yeah, okay, let's don't have time to lose. Fuck. Like rushes upstairs, starts like hacking her like clothes and shit. As Grace kind of awakens a bit and comes out at you, Rowan says, what's going on?
Grace, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Erzitz has been recaptured. He will be locked away.
How? What? When did this
His
happen?
enemies were... I have just been informed of it. His enemies were too many, but listen. As she'll
She
put a
starts
hand
like,
on
yeah, she
Grace.
starts crying. She like starts tearing up and like sobbing a bit.
He loved you. Did. But was certain of Grace. You are with his child. Which means his enemies will kill you and your child if they find out. We need to get you to safety, and I made a promise to Deserts that I would see you to safety if anything happened.
She kind of like, as she kind of puts a hand on her belly, looks at you, Rowan, and nods. Trust you. Thank you. As Snow Knight just kind of like, you see her open a random closet as the cold air of the winter court kind of comes through it. As Lamar just arrives with like a backpack full of like clothes and random knickknacks. He thought this was like a camping trip. As Iris says, come on, Rowan. I think with you there, she'll accommodate easier. Lamar's like,
Yes.
like, can I come? Like, is this... As Snow Knight just looks at you, Rowan, as if like waiting for a response.
Yes. Yeah. As Rowan will nod. Yes.
Okay,
Won't
let's
be able
go.
to stay for long given the nature of the court, but as Rowan will allow like those two to enter with fuck, I already forgot the other phase name.
Iris.
But she will whisper
Yeah.
to Snow Knight. We need to play along with this. Okay. This is cooperative. It'll be all the easier to make sure that her child will be what's asset.
Yeah, they both nod. And Iris just says, following your lead, Rowan, whatever you say goes.
As we enter the court.
Yeah. Meanwhile, as you arrive, you'll be able to create a shelter for them. They'll kind of huddle up. Your monarch beckons to you, Rowan.
As Rowan will approach.
Once again, the greatest of the great, you have achieved so many things in so little time.
You honor me, my lady.
While we have a Snow Knight,
As
I'd never believe. Tell me, Rowan, ask for a title. It shall be bestowed upon you. Maybe Snow Rose.
Granted, it's like you read my mind. Rowan was born from a rose bush, so yeah, she would request title of a title related to that. Yeah.
You shall be granted a piece of my domain. You shall manage it, shape it as you see fit. And your friends will be allowed to live there for as long as you desire. Know that in bringing us the offspring of Gibbelazes, have given us great asset over our enemies. And I personally guarantee that that child will be born and the mother will survive. Unharmed. Healthy. But I will warn you, Rowan. The price and a cost to everything. And I will demand child.
I can assume that this is a thing where it's only her and her monarch talking, like the others
Yeah,
weren't here.
yeah, no, you've been brought into the monarch before you alone.
Rowan would actually nod. I had figured that. The child will be half human. Do you think the ritual that the wizard Darius will provide would work on him?
I plan on finding out. Not, then he will be returned safely to the mother.
Rowan will nod. Is as it will be. And I will make sure that she sees the wisdom path.
Thank you once again for your understanding. May this white rose represent both our bond and symbol of your merit. She extends a hand and sort of snow, kind of like rose flower made out of ice, as the ice is not static but moving slowly in different patterns. She will hand you that, and we will cut away Darius as you have arrived back at the warehouse. There, as you open the door, the garage door, empty. You see Lydia still hanging from the chain.
I assume I could just use telekinesis to break it, so I'm
Yeah.
going to do that.
Feel free to let it out, I guess. I think that's let it out.
No, that's a let it out. Oh, I don't need.
Listen, what's a bit of corruption?
Yep, I'll take that corruption and I'll do another +1 to blood.
As you crush the chain, you break it apart as you catch her as she's falling into your arms, slowly kind of opening her eyes. There's a moment, Darius, as you hear this low growl. As you turn back, you realize behind you, this large, wolf-like creature. It's like a werewolf at first glance, as it will lunge for you straight.
Yeah, I'll use telekinesis to fucking grab it.
Yeah, why don't you let it out again, buddy?
Wait, why are you saying it like that?
If you succeed. You seem to think telekinesis is this omnipotent thing. Let's see.
It says telekinetic strength.
Yeah, it's a strength be strength, my friend, and you are trying to restrain a werewolf.
Yeah.
As you stop it in its tracks, as it's just pushing against you through sheer force of sheer strength of body. As you are keeping it at bay at the very least.
Lydia, I need you to wake up and get the fuck out of here.
She kind of just opens her eyes, like she's clearly weakened.
What the fuck? David? Is this fucking you?
As Darius, as you kind of like stand, there's a window. You can glance up, and the reason you glance up is because, well, you see the moon and the sky. As like you catch a glimpse of it, it's gone. And as soon as that blackness replaces the light, this thing fucking breaks through your power and is literally on top of you. With an immense strength, Lydia kind of like tumbles off to the side.
I'm gonna use teleport to try to get away.
Well, feel free to roll, I think.
Yeah, I need to see if I have holds.
Don't have holds,
So-
you have to roll challenge, roll spirit.
Yeah, I know.
There we go. That's a 3 hold.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you use it on? Just teleporting away?
Actually, Grant, if I just want to like create a flame around me to
Yeah.
have this thing
Yeah,
fucked
listen.
off,
You can just use elementalism and just fry this bitch.
yeah, do I need the roll for that though,
No,
or is
you
it
just
because
use
it's
it.
so close? Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just use it. It's like 3 harm close.
Yeah.
As you cover yourself as this creature bites into you, as its flesh burns, but it fucking like lunges, like tumbles back as you have scorched it thoroughly. But as it just kind of like sees you and this flame aura around you, it then glances in the direction of Lydia.
Do I look like a conjurer of cheap tricks to you?
Well, no. Tell me, Darius, how are you feeling right now? How do you want to like murder this thing? Do you want to like shoot a spell at it?
Confused more than anything.
And what are you confused about? Maybe I can explain it to you.
Confused why this thing is even here. Why is it attacking? Any of those things.
Who can tell? Who can tell?
I'm gonna try to use the earth around it to just restrain it down.
Yeah, you spend another hold as sort of the concrete juts up and kind of pins it in one location as it starts kind of like breaking out. And this thing is already healing. You can already see like the burnt flesh, sort of like the fur regrowing over it.
What's Lydia doing right now?
Lydia is barely conscious, my man. Like, how can I?
Oh fuck! Like, yeah, he's trying to figure out how to get her out of here. Yeah, he's gonna launch more fire. He's just gonna launch more fire at it.
as you pour your last magical energies into one big attack. As you scorch this thing, it breaks free, just bolts the other way. Now, Darius. I think you should roll me a mind roll.
Okay. Okay.
You realize, why are we letting this thing escape? You should kill it. You should go after it. You should make it pay for what it's done. You feel this rage bubbling inside of you. Powerful, potent rage.
No. He picks up Lydia. Her safety is more important. But he wants to fucking kill this thing.
Go after it. This is the thing that made the moon disappear. This is the thing that's responsible for Zoran's entire mess.
He picks up Lydia. No, her safety is more important. And he takes her to the car.
As you walk outside, you see this creature next to a very familiar face to you by now. As Zoe's just kind of like on the hood of your car, smiling at you. If it isn't my knight in shining armor.
What do you want, Zoe?
Nothing. I'm just here to enjoy the show. Just, waiting for it to happen. He looks up.
Waiting for what to happen?
Just gonna get up. Starts walking towards you.
Darius is on guard. Like, it's clear that he's ready to attack if need be, but
As her terrifying presence, you remember this. You remember this feeling growing inside of you. Let's double check something. I think you just need to roll keep your cool. Yeah.
okay.
This is the fight of your life. Keep rolling successes and nothing will.
I'm not that lucky.
I'll see. What the fuck? You rolled +3. As she's approaching you, you contain yourself. You stop yourself from just fucking running away. As she gets up to you. So, how does it feel to be winning? Saving everyone.
I don't feel like I'm winning.
She puts her hand kind of like, almost like playfully pushing away from you. She says, you are. As in that moment, Darius, all that anger that was there and you kind of kept it restrained, blows like a pot left for too long. The pressure exploding as you kind of like you lurch forward. As your body starts, you feel sharp pain, kind of like hitting you at all angles. As you drop Lydia, as your arms start bending in unnatural angles, your bones pop out of place, your spine starts rearranging itself. As you feel your teeth being pushed out one by one, as your vision sort of blurs and this sort of yellowy filter almost gets placed upon the world. And as you kind of have to sort of hold up on your hands on the ground to not fall completely, you look at your hands, but they are no longer human hands. As you see wolf-like claws bursting out through your fucking nails, as your fingers elongate and snap into place. And then you just black out.
Oh no.
The moment
Oh, no.
you awake, not sure how much time has passed. The moon is gone. The stars are the only lights in the sky. No clouds obstruct your vision. In the faint ambient light, you realize you are drenched in blood. You feel blood in your mouth. Flesh, delicious flesh. As you glance
No.
around, see the torn body of Lydia.
Yeah, no, he'll just scream out in fucking horror and rage. He'll probably like let out every ability he like all like the elements and rage he can muster.
This sort of inner rage is just your own feelings, your own anger, not the beast inside. The beast is dormant. As you stay there screaming, crying, as the moon slowly reveals itself in the sky, that rage bubbles back up. Familiar sensation of the beast wanting to go out and take its bloody vengeance on whoever is nearest to you.
No. No.
Shut it back down. You can only control yourself for so long. Your emotional state is not good.
He panics and calls Celine right now.
Celine, I'll say this. I'll be nice. Celine, as you're walking with John, you're about to wander into the mist. Your phone is ringing. It's Darius.
I think Celine stops. Says, "Wait a minute. Hold on. John, give me a second, okay?"
He nods.
She picks up the phone. Darius,
Celine, get Mathis and get somewhere else.
what's going on? What's happening?
I killed Lydia.
Where
Someone
are you,
fucking did something to me.
John? Where are you?
At the fucking. Where am I, Grunt? Do
You're
I have
at,
any
yeah, you're at the
indication?
warehouse. You're at the
Oh,
same
okay.
place.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I like what's at the warehouse. I got attacked by some fucking thing, wolf dog thing that took away the fucking moon. It fucking bit me.
Okay, I'll be right there.
No,
Right there.
Celine, I'm gonna hurt you.
It's fine, John.
John will
right
place
there.
a hand on your shoulder and be like, needs to be restrained.
Thank you. And Celine will try to get to Darius.
As you take a couple of steps, John says, "Now, tell me where exactly is."
She will give him the address of the warehouse, I assume.
Ask a couple of questions about it, and as you see him just like take up the cane and just fucking like one big leap, just fucking fling it up in the sky.
Oh no, I'm gonna die. He's gonna kill me, Celine.
Now we should go pick up the body.
I don't give a second. It's like
Intercontinental ballistic cane.
Just hear a whistle. Is that a dog whistle?
Yeah, no.
Celine
Darius.
looks impressed.
There's a whizzing in the air before you feel something heavy hit you in the back of the head. Just fall unconscious. Feel free to take 3 harm.
Ah,
As yeah, Celine, you're gonna drive over with John. You're gonna find Darius in a pool of, well, not his blood, not too far away from a carcass that looks like Lydia. And while John
Uh,
canes, as John's gonna pick up his cane and him into the car.
Grunt. Since I know that more likely there's a dead body, could I say that Celine had brought proper equipment to wrap that body up?
Yeah, that's fine. Remember, glamour tends to mask these sort of things anyway, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you can also take the body and just kind of stop and leave. Where are you taking him? John will ask. Where should we
Well,
go?
it's best to take him towards, I think his tower will be where he needs to go right now. Is you even considered a wizard anymore? I'm not sure how this works.
Drugs. As, yeah, you're driving Darius home. On that,